Athletic Director Ken Kavanagh, Head Coach Jim Less, welcome to the Carver Arena for the 102nd season of Bradley basketball. As you know, tonight's game will be the final regular season home game of the 2005-06 season. It could also be the final time Bradley seniors will take the court here at Carver Arena. These young men came to Bradley with the purpose of putting the Braves back on the national college basketball map. They have been the heart and soul of a team that will participate in one of the two national postseason tournaments next month. They have conducted themselves with dignity and class off the court, and each of them is on pace to earn his degree from Bradley University. In fact, one already has. Our first senior still has 1 year of eligibility remaining, but as a fourth-year junior, he is scheduled to graduate in May. He has applied to graduate school at Bradley, and the door is open for him to complete his eligibility next season. However, we do not want to miss this opportunity to properly honor him if he chooses not to play next season. Since joining the Braves as a walk-on, he has played in 61 games the last 3 seasons, including 23 of the team's 26 games this year, as one of the first players off the bench. He always provides energy, and this year he has added some instant offense, highlighted by 8 points in less than 2 minutes versus Creighton, and a pair of three-pointers in just over 2 minutes in the opener at DePaul. He will graduate in May with a bachelor's degree in business management administration from Metamora, Illinois, and escorted to midcourt by his parents, Stan and April Adams, his 3 brothers, Michael, Nate, and Johnny, number 32, Danny Adams.
Hope DA comes back, Coach. That's his option, but he plays so hard, especially in practice.
Well, he does, and he's helped us in several games this year.
After earning his degree in marketing last year, our second senior faced the same decision last spring that Danny faces. With a year of eligibility remaining, he elected to play out his career this season and help the Braves reach their goals. After joining the Braves in 2001, he endured a coaching change and a long list of foot and leg injuries. He has persevered and remained the most respected member of the team. While he's played in 76 games during his 5 seasons, the majority of his contributions can be measured on the practice court, where he challenges Patrick O'Brien and Zach Andrews every day. In addition to his work on the court, he has earned a spot on the Bradley Athletic Director's academic honor roll 5 times. He's now pursuing a second degree, this one in management and administration. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, and escorted midcourt by his parents, Keith and Gail Heemskirk, brothers Brent and Austin, 55, Brandon Heemskirk.
Well, Brent didn't make it out of the locker room, Coach.
No, I'll tell you, David, he's been playing pretty well. He had a couple threes the last game and been playing pretty well for him as a sophomore.
Brandon always, we talk about it, always off the bench cheering his team, and was really worried about a month ago that he wasn't pushing Patrick O'Brien enough. That's the kind of player he is.
Our third senior has been a highlight waiting to happen during his 2 years with the Braves. Last year he was voted the Valley's all-bench team after averaging 10 points and over 5 rebounds per game. This season he started the team's first team games, but returned to his reserve role of late, helping the Braves to a late season surge as one of the top 6 men in the league. He enters tonight's game averaging 10 points and over 5 boards per game. And among his highlights last year was a slam dunk that led to a 3-point play against Pepperdine. He added a similar play during his 26-point explosion versus Wichita State last season. And this year he has posted 3 double-doubles, including 1 versus Northern Iowa here at Carver Arena, when he also made a key steal in the closing seconds of regulation. He also drained the game-winning shot in overtime at Evansville. He's on schedule to graduate in May with a degree of Administration of Criminal Justice and expects to pursue a career in law enforcement when his basketball career is over. From Beale Air Force Base in California, escorted to midcourt by his mother, Denise, Lawrence Wright.
There won't be a player like Cookie
Also, sister Jasmine is alongside.
You never know what you're going to get, Coach.
No, you really don't. He's had a lot of spark to Bradley the last 2 years, certainly.
Sing to me, Tony. What a game he played the other night.
Our fourth senior has been the burning half of a fire and ice combination for the Braves the past 2 years and one of the most tenacious players in the Missouri Valley Conference. The only player to start all 54 games the Braves have played the last 2 seasons. He was named the Valley's all-newcomer team last year, averaging almost 12 points per game. As one of the most complete players in the Valley, he'll be a contender for all conference recognition when the postseason awards are announced next week. He currently ranks 3rd in the league with 2.2 steals per game, and he's one of 3 players in the Valley with more steals than turnovers. He was named the Valley's Player of the Week November 19th after contributing 18 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals in the season-opening win at DePaul. In addition to his stellar play on the court, he earned a spot in the Bradley Athletic Director's Academic Honor Roll last spring. He's on schedule to graduate in May with his bachelor's degree in social work. From Chicago and escorted to midcourt by his mother, Lynette Sapp, number 5, Tony Bennett.
He won a state championship on this floor. The house. Chicago Westinghouse.
He may not have given enough credit, Dave. He's done an awful lot for our program in the last 2 years.
And next up, we'll honor one of our own.
Our 5th senior represents the cool half of Bradley's fire and ice combination and will go down as one of the most accomplished players in school history. Officially the 2nd recruit of the Jim List era, he became the first Peorian to sign with Bradley since 1989 when he elected to transfer to the Hilltop from Southwestern Illinois College after the 2003 season. Since coming home, he's been one of the top players in the Missouri Valley Conference the last 3 seasons. The 2004 Valley Newcomer of the Year. He's a 2-time first-team All-Selection honoree and a candidate for Valley Player of the Year this season. The only player in the Valley to rank among the league's top 3 in scoring and rebounding each of the last 2 seasons. He enters tonight's game 17th on the school's all-time scoring list with 1,371 career points. He also joins Bradley legends Hersey Hawkins and Anthony Parker as the only Bradley players to grab 600 rebounds and make 100 three-pointers in his career. He needs to make just 10 more to become the first player in Valley history to reach 600 rebounds and 150 trays in a 3-year period. Like his senior teammates, he's on pace to graduate in May with a bachelor's degree in communication, advertising emphasis. From Peoria, Illinois, and escorted to midcourt by his wife, Brooke, his son, Lathan, his parents, Carl Somerville and Mary Young, and stepmother, Sandy Somerville, number 15, Marcellus Somerville.
Hometown greeting for Sellis, who's making the most now of his senior year. He kind of had a mid-season slump, but
he's had a fine career, Dave.
He really has.
Once again, please join Bradley University as we celebrate Danny Adams, Brandon Heemskirk, Lawrence Wright, Tony Bennett, Marcellus Somerville for all their hard work on and off the court, and we wish them luck in their future endeavors.
That's the most we've had in a while. Didn't have any seniors last year except Antonio Johnson and Ben Mooney.
Well, these players are going to be missed, Dave, and we're fortunate we've got a good group coming back as well.
And now the rest of the players go to the locker room, and it's good that you have a little bit of a break as the clock is now starting to run, as to not go from this right to the announcement of the starting lineups. Sometimes and I think this is very good that the team's going back to the locker room, and there's a lot of emotion out there, and now they can concentrate on playing the Drake Bulldogs. Again, we mentioned that Drake comes into this game on a 4-game losing streak, but they've lost him by a total of 8 points. And Bradley's won 4 in a row. They go for number 5 tonight. Their last loss came to Wichita State on a tip-in by Paul Miller on Wednesday night in Des Moines. Well, on January 5th, Coach, you remember it at the Knapp Center. It's one of those that got away. Drake trailed most of the game, but came from behind to beat Bradley 75-73. They led, the Braves did, 44-39 at the break, but Al Stewart made 5 free throws in the last couple of minutes, and Drake won their 100th game at the Knapp Center. Remember Tony Bennett in that first half? 21 points.
Well, Tony was exceptional. And of course, we're playing better basketball right now as a team. We're playing good team basketball, Dave. Our defense is much better. I think we'll put more pressure on their guards than they have before. And we're just playing a lot better basketball at the right time of the year.
Tony had 23 for that game. His career high also is against Drake, and that was 25 last year. In that game, Sellis had 14, Lawrence Wright 11, Sean Brooks had 18 to lead the Bulldogs, and Al Stewart, who's not in the starting lineup, had a dozen. They're going to start Brent Heemskirk along with Sean Brooks, and a smaller lineup. Adam Enebecker will also start tonight along with Sean Tracy and also A.J. Calvin. Well, it's not who starts for them, Coach, because 2 minutes in, they're going to have 6 new players in anyway.
Right, and they got, as you mentioned, they got some of the leader scorers on the bench. But Heemskirk's been playing better lately, Dave. He had 8 points in the last game, made 2 threes, and also he's second on the team in block shots, so he's coming along well for him.
About 3 minutes away, the Bulldogs in their visiting blue uniforms, and hopefully we can see their numbers. I've seen them play this year, so at least we've got the number situation taken care of this year. Last year they had those navy blue numbers on navy blue uniforms, and it was just a disaster to try to tell it, especially since they substitute so much. Dr. Tom, that's him. Used to be at Iowa, as you know. He's in his 3rd season in Des Moines, 37-49, overall 31 years. One of the all-time leading coaching victory holders in the country, 580 as the Braves come onto the floor. No television for this one unless you're watching on BUBraves.com. And if you're listening worldwide or watching worldwide, we welcome you on WMBD Peoria, Illinois. 31 years of coaching for Dr. Tom, 580 and 339 with Keno Davis. Wonder how many numbers he plays. Chris Davis and Justin Ohl. The Bulldogs were 13-16 last year, 7th in the Valley at 7-11, and they lost in the quarterfinals to Wichita State. Jim Les trying to get to the 500 mark for his career tonight. 57-58. Trainers Eric Redmond, strength coach Ronnie Wright, the managers Joe Fulton, Pat Forrester, Steve Jackson, Mike Peplow, and Gabe Seacrest, and the basketball secretary handed out the roses tonight, Linda Rose.
They're very good free throwing team. They're shooting 72% on the year, and that's in spite of, Lukita. He's not starting now. He's only shooting 43%. He throws up some rocks, but they're still shooting 72% as a team.
The referees for tonight's game, the umpire are Darren George and Kerry Campbell, and the referee is Steve Morris. Now time for the keys to the game. Less than 15 turnovers, Coach. You know they'll pressure.
Yeah, they're bound to do that.
Ruffin and Bennett against Brooks and Bryant, and +8 on second chance points. Remember, the Braves lost on the offensive boards to Drake. That cannot take place tonight.
Well, Patrick O'Brien's finding the glass more now, Dave, and I don't think that will happen. Another thing, they do press, but I think now we will attack a press more. If they press to too tight, we're liable to get behind them.
Defensively, Brooks and Stewart in the teens. Keep Drake in the 60s and keep them less than 12 made free throws. They like the perimeter a lot. So you put them to the line, you're just asking for trouble. And
they don't have a true post man. Keita is one when he's in there, but he's not, he's a bad free thrower, and he's kind of a liability when he's in there.
Magic number, Coach?
71.
I have 68. First team to 68. Bradley scores 73-1, gives up 65-6. Well, the Shockers are about to win the Missouri Valley Conference Championship, their first in 23 years, but they really had to earn it. Illinois State really played with them tonight. Not a final yet, but they've got the game in hand. 60, they have an 8-point lead with 11 seconds to go. This afternoon, Southern Illinois 46, Northern Iowa 45. Evansville wins at Indiana State 77-75. One other huge game tonight. It'll determine who Bradley will play in the Valley Tournament, and we'll tell you about that in just a little bit. Creighton and Missouri State will begin at 7:30, and we'll be monitoring that game. The Braves will be the 6th seed if they lose tonight. They'll be in the 4-5 game. That's 2:30 on Friday. If they win this game and Missouri State loses to Creighton, the Braves will play the Bears. If Bradley beats Drake and Missouri State beats Creighton, the Braves will play the Blue Jays. And now to honor America on senior night at Carver Arena, the Bradley basketball band with Dr. Dave Roman, and our national anthem. We're not completely filled, but we're close here tonight at Carver Arena. To honor America, our national anthem. Congratulations, by the way, somebody told me that Kewanee got an upset win last night over Stark County in high school basketball. Congratulations to them, and now our anthem. Anthem. As a result of their 64-57 win over Illinois State, the Wichita State Shockers have won the regular season Missouri Valley Conference Championship, and they will be in the 12 o'clock game against, and I believe it's set,
Carver Arena.
Drake and Indiana State will play, and Evansville and Illinois State will play, and we'll give you the times as we go on through the course of this contest. And now the Heritage Bank starting lineup for the Drake Bulldogs. And they've had Bradley's number here in the last couple of years. They will go with Brent Heemskirk, 6'8", 225. Sophomore, Brandon's brother from Grand Rapids, Michigan, 5 points and 3.6 rebounds a game. Sean Brooks, probably their best player, 6'2", 190 senior from San Antonio, Texas. He averages 10.6 points and 3.1 rebounds per game in his 28 minutes. Adam Emenecker, 6'1", 189, sophomore from Saginaw, Michigan. His career high is only 4, so he's not much of a scorer, and he probably won't be in there very long.
Doesn't jump like Ernie Thompson either, Dave.
No. A.J. Calvin wears 32. He's from Butler, Kansas Community College, 6'7", 201, junior from Escorce, Michigan, averages 10.2. Calvin 32, Brooks 13, Heemskirk 4, Anamecker is number 15, and Sean Tracy, number 23, 6'3", 180, senior from Silver Spring, Maryland, averages 3.5 points per game. And now, starting lineup for Jim Less and Bradley Raves, brought to you by Heritage Bank. As the scoreboard shows highlights of Ray Brown dunking, and the big Jerry Springer flip by Zach Andrews will come off the bench. Lineup's the same as always. Daniel Ruffin, 5'10", 165, sophomore from Peoria High. 8.3 points, 2.5 rebounds. Just an excellent season for Ruff. At his career high at Creighton. 138-67 his assisted turnover and 42 steals, number 20.
Puts a lot of pressure on the ball defensively, too.
Sing to me, Tony. Tony Bennett. 6', 170 senior from Chicago Westinghouse and Pratt, Kansas Community College. 11 points and 3.3 rebounds a game. Had a career high 25 against this Drake Bulldog team on the road last year. In the middle, the 7-footer, 245. Patrick O'Brien wears 13, 25 minutes a game. Has 56 blocks on the season. 13.5 points, 8.2 rebounds. He's 68% from the line and 55 from the field. At 23 at Illinois State. J.J. Kwai wears number 10. 15 minutes a game for the co-captain from Verona, Missouri. 6'3", 190. The junior's assisted turnover is 44 up and 20 down and has 19 steals on the year. The other co-captain, Marcellus Somerville. 6'7", 225. Senior from Peoria High. 15.2 points, 6.5 rebounds, and likely will be a first-team all-conference selection when it's announced on, I believe it's Monday, later on Monday. So every game is final but one, and it appears that we are set for the play-in games, which will be at 6 o'clock next Thursday. Number 7, Evansville. Did they ever jump up the charts? Against number 10, Illinois State in the first game, and number 8, Drake against number 9, Indiana State in the second contest. Drake could tie Indiana State, but they lose the tiebreaker to the Sycamores. First half, Bradley will move as we call the action left to right. This could be the final home game of the year. It also could not be. We hope that it's. We hope that it is.
Good, Dave. That's good.
We hope that it is. Obviously, if it's not, the Braves will be playing in the NIT. But they played themselves in position to make that NCAA tournament.
Yes, we have. Good crowd tonight, Dave. It's not full, but it's a good crowd.
Moving into the center jump will be Patrick O'Brien. He'll move in to jump against 32, A.J. Calvin, A-J-A-Y, not like A.J. as in A.J. Guyton.
And Drake is lining up to try and defense our center tip, which most teams haven't done.
He's going to probably tip it to J.J. Twy.
If he can.
Steve Morris will toss. And he tipped it to J.J. Twy. So we're 1 for 1 on that. Hopefully there's not another tip tonight. Ruffin with it across the timeline against the man-to-man. They will pressure full court. They will pressure man-to-man, but they'll play a lot of zone. Ruffin gives to Somerville. Pull up 10-footer. It's 2-0. Sellis on his senior night hits his first shot, and with it is Sean Brooks. Drives baseline, and it's a foul going to be called, a block, I believe, on Somerville. His first at 19:35. The inbound is Sean Tracy. Looks and a ball fake by Calvin. Put it on the floor. The blue-clad Drake Bulldogs. With it to go get is Sean Tracy. Where's number 23? They run a little bit of a weave, and now it's Emanecker. Between the rings, it's Calvin. Looks and gives to Heemskirk, who touches it for the first time. Sean Brooks looks for a screen, an illegal screen or a hold.
Somebody got hooked down there, Dave.
J.J. Twy, I think. Yep. Second foul. Reload the shot clock at 19:16 and a 2-0. The crowd's already starting to boo, and they haven't even sat down yet. And then in the inbounds is Brooks. Emanecker in the corner on the right, and Ruffin's got him. Now brings it out high to the right. Push passes to Calvin. No shots yet. Brooks with it. Gives it back to Calvin. Now Emanecker. Shot clock reads 22. Very, very patient here. This is like Delaware State earlier in the year. Emanecker gets a ball screen and gives to Brooks. Calvin taking to the lane against O'Brien, who blocked the shot, called to travel.
Nice job, Patrick, staying down and blocking the shot.
First turnover of the game to Drake, 2-0 Bradley, 18:50. And here comes your pressure.
2-2-1 on the full court.
J.J. Twy with it. And gives a pass back to Ruff. He's across the timeline on the pass to Tony Bennett. 2-0
now they're falling
Bradley.
back and showing a 1-2-2 zone.
Right? Bennett with it. Free throw line extended to the right. Now it's J.J. Twy. Looks at the high post. Twy ball fake. Gives it to Bennett. Tony, nice inside pass. Somerville layup good.
Nice
from
cut.
Bennett.
Now they played that 1-2-2, and Somerville cut it in the open spot, and a good pass from Tony.
He's got 4. Bradley's got 4. 18-19 to play. Calvin, give it to Tracy. Between the rings. Calvin, take a look as O'Brien watches him come back in his direction, and he causes the ball to be thrown away out of bounds. And there's 2 plays by O'Brien's presence caused the turnover both times. Here they come, Coach. They're running them in. Jonathan Cox. He is a 6'9 freshman from Barrington, 6.6 points in 19 minutes a game. 4-0 is the Bradley lead. Lob passes to Ruffin. Second turnover, both caused by O'Brien.
1-2-2 zone again.
With it is Ruffin. Takes a look at the right. Tony Bennett coming at the high post is O'Brien. Instead, it's J.J. Twy, free throw line extended to the left. Ball fake, dump pass, inside out. Good ball movement here as a cross-court skip is Ruffin against the zone. Somerville, Sellis 3-ball right corner. That's good.
A real good ball movement against the zone, set that up.
He might as well.
Take them all.
With it is Brooks. Take it into inside against O'Brien. The reverse layup is missed. The board's banged again. Taken down by Bennett Long. Tony running 3-on-3. Hangs, fires short. Rebound J.J. Twy tips, and Heemskirk runs it down. First Bradley missed. 7 points for Sellis. all 7 of Bradley's lead. With it is Tracy, beats J.J. Twy, and a whistle on the floor before the drive. Shot was blocked by the Braves, and the second foul on J.J. will send him to the bench. As Twy got the blocking call, his second and 3 team fouls. It'll be inbound time as Will Franklin, the 6-foot junior from Houston, comes in, 5 points a game. With it is Brooks, gets Tony Bennett off his feet, lays it up, missed it. Rebound is tipped twice, taken down by the Bulldogs, so they get a fresh shot clock almost 3 minutes in here. Here's the ball almost taken away by Bennett. Brooks penetrate and a ball fake. Pull-up jumper is fired up and short. They got another sub in here, and the rebound taken down to Braves Ruffin to Somerville, whose layup is good and fouled on the play. He's about ready to roll a hard 10 as he's got 9 and goes for the trifecta. Somerville 9, 1 in the hopper. Drake nothing.
Another fine pass, assist pass, Dave.
Evanecker picks up the foul, his first, team first. And who came in? Number 3 is Al Stewart comes in. Somerville tries for his 10th point before the first timeout. Crowd still stands. 10-0 Bradley at 16:50. This is a totally different team in the last 2 weeks. Stewart with it. He's a junior college player, and Ruff gets called for a block up front. He's very quick. 5'11 junior from Chicago, averages 10 a game. That's 4 team fouls for Bradley already. It's 16:42. The crowd continues to stand. It's 10-0 Bradley. Stewart denied the inbounds pass. The count is 2. Tracy comes out to help Al Stewart. He wears number 3. Has it out near the timeline. Ruff, he goes behind the back and beats him and then almost lost it. Pulls up his dribble. Bennett goes for the steal and knocks it out of bounds at 16:32 of the first half. 26 on the shot clock. Bradley 10. Drake nothing. Look for the inbounds pass. There's Cox. Back to Brooks. Cox now Stewart out near the timeline. Brings it back with the left hand on the L and Bradley in the middle. Wants to go one-on-one against Ruff. Get a ball screen. Take it downstairs. Here's Tracy.
Good help from Somerville.
Block-to-block pass is thrown away. Picked up by Brooks. Into the corner is Heemskirk. Takes it into the lane. Lays it up. Charge. Taken by Somerville.
He's having a pretty good 4 minutes, Dave.
Heemskirk to charge. Elu Keita comes in, 6'6 junior from Senegal, and he transferred from Tulsa. So Sellis just took a charge. He might as well announce the game. He's doing everything else here. He's got 10 points. Here's a pass to O'Brien. They break pressure with Will Franklin. Gives to Bennett. Tough pass knocked out of bounds at 16:07. Braves broke that pressure lickety-split.
Yeah, they had a fast break for a minute. Drake did a pretty good job of getting back and covering up late.
Bulldogs might not score before the first official time. Bennett to inbound on the Ian Braves on the right baseline. Count is 2, count is 3, and a pass out in front is thrown away, but right into the hands as it was tipped. Out in front, and O'Brien saved it. Bennett, 3-ball left, good! It's 13-0. Zach Andrews will come into the next dead ball. We'll have an official time then. With it is Cox. Tracy, Boogie will come in next dead ball. Elu Keita, they sag off him about 10 feet. Brooks backs up. Bounce pass is to Stewart. Now to Cox. His lean-in jumper is good. Sits everybody down. 13-2, and everybody sits in. Ruffin in the backcourt. Jonathan Cox breaks the Bradley run of 13 straight. Franklin out near the timeline. They come back and set up in the 1-2-2 zone. The Bulldogs do. 15-20. Here's O'Brien. Give to Somerville. Sellis, a ball fake, 2 in the air. Entry passes O'Brien. He's fouled before the shot on the floor. We'll have an official time. Wow. 13-2. 15-15. Boogie in. Zach Andrews in. 32. A.J. Calvin comes in. Chris Bryant comes in. Jim Watson's in the comes to the scorer's table. No, I'm just kidding. 15-15 to go. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
Just so we can carry this over, Dave, to St. Louis.
Playing pretty
We're
well.
really playing well. What time's the game start? Missouri State.
7:30. Yep. Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, and Mike Sable back at Carver Arena. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by the Unland Companies. Take the hassle out of buying insurance with one call. They're in the white and yellow pages, the Unland Companies, where it's about you. And by the Greater Peoria Airport. You always park free at the Greater Peoria Airport when you fly to over 250 destinations worldwide. Check www.flypia.com or see your travel agent. Wow, what a start, Coach. 13-2, Bradley.
Well, Dave, and I like our defense as well as our offense. You know, we're shooting we're shooting 5 out of 6, 2 out of 2 from 3-point range, but our defense has just been very solid. That's indicative when Drake has 2 points, but it has been very solid.
Somerville, 10 of the Bradley 13, and the 3 ball from Tony Bennett. It's just been a different Bradley team since that Illinois State second half, really.
Well, we're playing. I think we're playing more as a team too, Dave. We got good individual players, and I think we're playing more as a team. We're getting the ball inside more. There's a lot of reasons for it. All of them for the better.
O'Brien comes out. Ruffin gets a blow, and it's Bennett Somerville. Lawrence Wright, along with Zach Andrews, who's about ready to dunk one, I got a hunch, and Will Franklin. The Braves will inbound with Lawrence Wright on the baseline on the right. 15-15 to play first half. Bradley 13 and Drake 2. Lawrence Wright looks, the count is 2, the count is 3, the count is 4, and it's given to Tony Bennett, and there they are in the 1-2-2 zone, flattened out to a 3-2. Drake is. Here's Will Franklin, looks to the left, there's Somerville, there's another 3 ball, that's good again! Well, he's got 13.
He needed 3, wasn't he 10 threes, I think, Dave, for a record.
Well, he's got a couple.
Yeah.
Here's Brooks. Give it to A.J. Calvin. Ball knocked away by Will Franklin in the backcourt. And he was blocked off the play. Stewart with 16 on the shot clock. Comes down at the other end of the lane, penetrating, gives to Brooks. 3 ball right wing. That misses. Rebound taken down Somerville. Gives it to Franklin. Gives it to Lawrence Wright. What's going to happen here? Gives it to Franklin. A ball fake Somerville. Bennett looks inside. Zach Andrews inside out. Good ball movement here. Inside Lawrence Wright from Franklin. Scores! It's 18-2.
We can do no wrong, Dave.
With it is A.J. Calvin. Looks at Brooks. Gives to Stewart. It's 18-2 Bradley. Lob inside Lou Keita. He got in deep. Missed the shot. Rebound Somerville. Gives to Will Franklin. How about 20-2? How about 21-2? Sing to me, Tony. Yes, indeed.
That's 4.
21-2. And Drake needs a timeout.
They need more time, I think.
And a fifth of Jim Beam.
Yeah, it's just
13:53 to play. First half, the Braves are 8 of 9 from the field. 21-2, 4 of 4 from 3 as Ruffin comes in, and just doing everything right. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Illinois American Water. Proud to provide you with quality water service. It's a funny game, isn't it, Coach, when you get momentum and confidence?
Well, yeah, both, David. And here again, our defense, they don't have much of an offensive game inside anyhow. And of course, we do a good job of guarding the perimeter, and it's just making it real tough on them.
Dr. Tom's trying to keep them in the game here, keeping their heads in the game, but they're down by 19. And it doesn't look like it's going to get much better anytime soon. 13:50 to play first half. Bradley leads 21-2 and playing like an NCAA team for sure. With it is Stewart. Now Calvin, guarded by Lawrence Wright. Heemskirkus back in. He wears number 4. Ruffin tried to cut down the passing lane to Chris Bryant. Brooks with it. Shot clock reads 15. Ball fake, look inside. Heemskirk gets doubled. Looks, passes out of it. Two-man game. Heemskirk is back. Charge taken by Zach Andrews, but Heemskirk got the layup.
I think it was a flop, really, Dave.
Well, he does flop. Here's Ruffin. Tony Bennett open again for three more. Bounce it, no good. Andrews had the ball taken away. Here comes Stewart on the break. Behind the back. Stops in the lane. A walk and a travel and a turnover. The fourth for Drake, and they'll get number 10 in the game. That's Nick Grant, 6'3" junior from Annandale, Virginia. 6.4 points per game. 13:05 to play first half. Bradley 21 and Drake 4. Inbounds pass is taken by Zach Andrews, who was tripped momentarily and then pawed it down. Ruffin with it. Now they're in what are they in now? Still 1-2. Yep. Franklin with it on the wing on the right. Lob up front is Zach Andrews. Inside out, Boogie, three ball right corner. Bounce it, no good. Rebound taken down by Stewart. He's on the move with a left-hand dribble. Looks at his options and gives for Chris Bryant. Three ball, barely hit the rim. And a rebound taken down by Bennett. Tony on the scoot. Has Ruffin on the left. And Will Franklin a drop down pass inside. Boogie layup short. Tipped it up, no good. This time he tips it back out to Ruffin. And then goes sprawling on the floor. So a new shot clock. Franklin with it now. Ruffin against the zone. Ruff takes a dribble. Skip past Lawrence Wright. Touch pass is tipped out of bounds as he tried to hit his Yuba teammate. Jonathan Cox in. 23 Sean Tracy in. Out is A.J. Calvin and Brent Heemskirk. 12:18 to play, first half. Somerville goes to the end of the bench to get a little drink of water. Inbound left baseline is Ruffin. Gives to Will Franklin. 23 on the shot clock. Will brings it out high to the left. Now Bennett goes back door and he'll go to the corner on the left. A ball fake, goes around one. Skip past Franklin. Great ball movement for a jumper. Lawrence Wright, good. 17-footer. The extra pass, it's 23-4. 4 points for Boogie. With it is Tracy. Open in three-point territory left. Cox with it. Now Franklin gets away from the Braves and a drop-down pass. Inside shot is blocked by Andrews. Give it to Franklin. Running again up 23-4. Will now backs up. Three ball Franklin. Good! Give me some of what they're having.
Not much an answer for this, Dave.
26-4. Tracy with it against Lawrence Wright. Takes it in the lane. Blocked and fouled by Zach Andrews, and we'll have an official time. 11:21 to play. O'Brien and Somerville come back. Is this a shooting foul? I think it is. When we come back in a minute, Drake will go to the line. Bradley 26. Drake 4. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD. Well, we can't play any better than this.
Well, we almost did at Northern Iowa, Dave, considering the difference opponents, I think, the difference of ability. Now that team won 20-some and was on their own floor. And a good team.
Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, and Mike Sable back at Carver Arena. Bradley leads 26-4. That's right, 26-4 with 11:21 to play in the first half. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by the Candy Kitchen and Creamery in Pekin on Court Street. Homemade chocolates, fudge, ice cream, and desserts. And now try their newest entry. Caramel apples, chocolate, peanut butter, white chocolate, you name it, they'll fix it for you. Ice cream, desserts, fudge, and handmade chocolates, all on Court Street in Pekin. It's the Candy Kitchen and Creamery in Pekin. And Bradley basketball brought to you by Paradise. Be a winner at Paradise Hotel Casino in February. Every Thursday and Sunday at 6, 7, and 8. And you can win the 2006 BMW February the 26th coming up. You must be present to win. See Paradise for details. BMW provided by Patrick BMW of Schaumburg. Free throw time for the Drake Bulldogs coming up here.
Today we're doing a better job of taking care of the ball. Not only is our passing good, we're getting the right angles, though. We're making the pass away from the defensive men. I think we're playing a lot more under control than we were, say, 6, 7 games ago, too.
Sean Tracy is 78% on the season, 43 of 55, hasn't scored, has now, makes his first. 26-5, and one more for Sean Tracy. His numbers had been going down recently, so he started tonight. Second free throw, that's good. Somerville back in with his 13 points, and here comes pressure. There's a lob. O'Brien pulls it down and gives to Will Franklin, who's out on the break, and now comes out, then comes back in and is held. That was a good play by, first of all, getting a hold of the ball by O'Brien, good hands. Then Franklin, who was very patient, didn't take the ball in, didn't have the numbers.
Made a nice little reverse move there on the baseline, Dave, to draw the foul.
Sean Tracy, who just hit the 2 free throws, gets the foul. And that's the first on him, 4th team. Inbound Somerville. Lob to the basket as O'Brien. Turns in and out of the lane. He's in there an awful long time and finally does get out just in the nick of time. Or didn't he? Did they call 3 seconds on him? They did. I thought he was in there an awful long time. So the Bradley turnover, their first in the first 9 minutes. 11:04 to play in the half. And Emenecker is back in. Gives it to Tracy. They post Jonathan Cox inside against O'Brien. That's got no chance to get in there. With it out in front, they have Houston into the game for the first time. Here's a 3-ball fired up by Cox. Miss. Rebound Somerville. Another one. He's on his way to a double-double. Give it to Boogie inside. Come on! Thrown in! Thrown in by O'Brien. 28-6. With it is Cox. He's up high. Give it to Tracy. Looks downstairs, looks right, comes left. Emenecker is fouled by Lawrence Wright.
We're contesting every pass, Dave, and coming close to get a steal on most of them.
It's the 61st dunk of the year, by the way. Wright picks up the foul, his first, and the 16th foul. Inbound time for the Bulldogs, who make 2 substitutions here. Nick Grant comes back in. A.J. Calvin is back in, and he gets the inbounds pass. Takes it to the wing on the left. Emenecker with it. 28-6 is the Bradley lead at 10:20 to play in the half. It's a high ball screen. Gives it to Grant in a switch. Good help by Somerville. It's taken away by Lawrence Wright. On the drive, on the move, lay it up and get it. Bounced it off the front of the rim and dropped it in. He's got 8. We're halfway through the first half, and it's 30-6 Bradley. Here's a jumper 3-ball is up and bounces in by Leonard Houston from Michigan. 30-9 as the 3-ball goes. Franklin with it. Ruffin, O'Brien. Lawrence Wright, Somerville, corner left against the zone. Push passes to Ruffin. Return pass, Lawrence Wright. Underneath layup, missed it. And come on! Thrown back down by O'Brien.
Just keep him around the basket, Dave.
32-9. O'Brien slam dunks. Second dunk of the night. With it is Emenecker. Bumped by Ruffin behind the back. Bounce pass inside. Heemskirk. Ball knocked away by Ruffin. To Franklin. Will behind the back. Picks it up. Now looks and strip up behind again. Running is the Bulldogs in the front court. No look past Nick Grant. He's fouled by Franklin. Will's first, and that's 17. And we've got more Drake substitutions coming in here. Brooks, Stewart, and Nick Grant will come in after the first free throw. Now Nick Grant is at the line. 9:08 to play in the half. Free throw's good. And so the shooter, Grant, will come out. Bennett in for Will Franklin, who had a nice few minutes, coming in to replace J.J. Twy, who got the first couple of fouls. 32-10, so they make double figures at the 9:08 mark. Second free throw, Grant left-hand leaner is bouncing in. And here comes Chris Bryant in. 32-11 at 9:08 to play in the half. Somerville slaps and looks and gives to O'Brien, but threw it too hard. And now it's Stewart. Goes into Somerville. His pass is knocked away and dribbled out of bounds. Stewart turns it over. They're 7th at 9:01.
Good defense again, Dave. We kind of hung them on the baseline.
Somerville, who tried to hit O'Brien, threw it a little high the last time. He throws it again, and it's tipped to Ruffin. In the front court, Tony Bennett was wide open, and Ruff couldn't see him. Now Somerville, who's playing with 13 points. Zach Andrews will come in for O'Brien. And now somebody comes up hobbled, and they stop the clock. Sean Brooks. And so that'll get Zach Andrews on the dead ball into the game, I think. So they're checking the shot clock here. Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois. Creighton and Missouri State about to start at the Hammond Center. Who do you want Bradley to play? Looks like they're going to win this game. Do you want him to play Creighton? You want Missouri State to win? You want to play Missouri State? You want Creighton to win? It'll be a tough game either way.
Well, you're going to have 3 good games down there, Dave, no matter who you play. Hopefully you're going to have 3.
Can't get the third one without getting the second. Or the first. 32-11. They're still talking to shot clock operator downstairs.
Incidentally, Dave, the Bradley women play their last home game of the year tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon at 2, they play Missouri State. They beat Wichita last night in a real good game. Tomorrow at 2, the Bradley women will play their last game against Missouri State. It'd be nice to get a crowd. They had a pretty good crowd last night.
Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by the Country Insurance and Financial Agents of the game. Tonight, they're Ron Remmel, Jim Carlson, and Jason Milam in Peoria. I'm not sure what this delay is about with the shot clock that reads 30. And they're not going to let Zach Andrews come into the game because it was an official call timeout. So against the zone, here's Wright with it. Now it's Ruffin. Up high left, lob to the goal, Lawrence Wright can't get there. That was a bad pass as it was covered up in the zone. 4th Bradley turnover. 8:40 to play in the half at the other end. Shots blocked by Somerville as he blocks. A.J. Calvin to Ruffin. Layup up and good. Ruff coast to coast gets his first deuce. Bradley 34, Drake 11. Here's a shot from the corner left 3 ball. Bounced away, no good, and out of bounds. It'll go to the Braves as the shot was missed by Al Stewart from the right corner. Boogie is out. Lawrence Wright comes out. He had 8 points. And Zach Andrews is in. It's Andrews, Ruffin, Somerville, Bennett, and O'Brien with 8:22 to play in the half. Bradley 34, Drake 11. Andrews gives to O'Brien, back to Ruffin. Across the timeline he comes with a right-hand dribble. Get a ball screen from O'Brien. All the way down. Layup is up, miss. O'Brien the rebound. Pushed it up, missed it. Probably was fouled on the play. Rebound.
Nice job of fouling it down from after the screen, though, by O'Brien.
Alou Keita at the other end. Here comes Stewart. Bounce it away, no good. Keita rebound. Good putback, good. Alou Keita scores. 8 minutes to go. I'll have an official time in the next head ball. Tony Bennett at the other end. Layup. Good! Took it right back and beat the pressure.
Tony's got 8.
8 for Bennett, 36-13. We'll have an official time in the next dead ball. And Amanecker will come back for Drake. Bradley in the man-to-man. The Braves are on a 50-point first half pace here. Almost in the passing lane as Somerville was there, guarding Chris Bryant. Jonathan Cox looks left, comes up top. Now it's Bryant. A walk wasn't called. I don't know how they missed that. In the lane, here's Bryant. It's blocked by O'Brien. Here to Somerville. Sellis looks and gives to Ruffin.
Really fun to see him play like this, Dave.
This is a team that is getting better, and that's scary. Here's a lob to the goal. Zach Andrews from Bennett. Had it knocked away out of bounds. We'll have an official time. And Jerry Springering to his feet. Here's Zach Andrews. 7:04 to play. Bradley will have it with 18 on the shot clock. Inbound baseline right. It's Bradley 36 and Drake 13. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
Wish we had the over. Oh.
Just started. Missouri State. Where's the Little Braves race? That'll bring everything to a screeching halt.
That'll stop your momentum of anything, well.
Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, and Mike Sable back at Carver Arena. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery. When you enter your Irish, 100,000 welcomes await you before after every Bradley game at State and Water on Peoria's riverfront. If the Braves win this game, they'll be in the 4-5 game on Friday afternoon against either Creighton or Missouri State, which is just underway, and a 2-0 lead for the Bears in the first minute of play. And Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Avanti's. All season long, you've had a chance to register your son or daughter between 8 and 12 to be an honorary ball boy or ball girls. We hope that the winners enjoyed themselves and the parents as well. And we thank Avanti's in the 3 locations in Central Illinois for sponsoring the ball boy, ball girl contest. Well, Coach, got another 27 minutes to play. Hope nobody gets hurt.
Well, that's right. You know, as well as you can't expect to play this well the entire ball game, but you don't have to. You want to. Hopefully, we'll just keep the same intensity on defense. We're moving the ball well on offense. We're hitting the shots. There really isn't any part of the game we're not doing well right now.
Somerville will inbound baseline right.
Taking care of the ball much better, I think, in the last half dozen games.
Lob to the basket is O'Brien, and it's tipped away. Jonathan Cox comes away with it. Adam Eckert gets it back and now swings to Tracy. A ball fake inside, knocked away by O'Brien. Here's Cox, drives the baseline on the left, looks at O'Brien, who fouled him. He'll go to the line for a pair. First on OB at 6:50 of the first half, and Bradley's lead is 36-13.
Well, that's what you got to do with O'Brien around the basket. You hope you have any luck at all. It's a pump fake. Actually, he had his hands on the ball, but he got him up in the air with the pump fake.
Jonathan Cox has a pair, and he missed the first free throw, their first miss of the night. Cox is 33 of 42, so he's a pretty good free thrower, but he missed that one. One more, trying to get to 14 with this one, the Bulldogs. He made that one. 36-14, and roughing the inbounds pass. And they call off the Dogs a little bit this time as they're going to trap at the half court. As Bennett across the timeline lobs the pass. And it's Ruffin who finds Zach Andrews, hooks it inside O'Brien, layup good.
2 good passes. Danny had a hard time getting hold of it, and a good pass from Zach.
6 for O'Brien. Drive the other end is Sean Tracy. Inside out, good ball movement here by the Bulldogs. Evanecker gives to Tracy, 38-14. Give to Alukita. Going to back in against O'Brien, who fouled him. But he walked first. That would have been the second foul on O'Brien. 8 turnover for the Bulldogs. Bradley 38, Drake 14. And counting. Somerville, cross-court passes to Bennett across the timeline. Tony comes with a left-hand dribble. Zach Andrews posts inside, come to the high post is O'Brien. Look for the drop-down pass. Now wants some help, and Ruff comes and gets it. Behind the back, he scoots to the right. Inside O'Brien. Ball is knocked away by Lukita, and he calls timeout to save the ball. And a Bradley turnover with 5:58 to play.
Pretty good defensive play that time by Lukita.
5th turnover. First half timeout used by Dr. Tom. 5:58 to play first half. Bradley 38 and Drake 14. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Rainer Door of Peoria. Rainer Door, built to be worry-free. Call 579-2500 today. Well, if you're going to go down for the play-in games on Thursday, 6 o'clock, number 7 Evansville against number 10 Illinois State. Number 8 Drake against number 9 Indiana State at 8:35. No play-in game for the Braves this year. Wish we were about halfway through the conference season, Coach. We'd have a championship, I got a hunch.
Well, the way we're playing, Dave, there isn't anybody we can't beat, that's for sure.
Sean Brooks to inbound and does to Cox. Back to Brooks and Emenecker across the timeline. J.J. Twy with 2 fouls going to come in.
Bradley coming back and showing a little zone 1-2-2 with Somerville on the point.
Emenecker with it. Free throw line extended to the right. Sean Tracy, drop down pass inside is to Cox. He stops and lays it up, missed it. Rebound batted around 3 hands. Taken out by Bennett on a 3-on-2 break. Tony takes the middle. Lob inside is knocked away. He tried to hit Zach Andrews and turned it over. Here's Tracy behind the back. Brooks saves it. Takes it into the lane. Penetrate and then a running shot missed by Emenecker. Rebound taken down by Brooks. They'll reload the shot clock. 5:20 to play in the half. Driving baseline, Brooks charge. Bennett. Tony slides across the floor as he took the charge. O'Brien out. J.J. Twy in. As OB hits the bench. So it's Andrews, Somerville, Twy, Ruffin, and Bennett. 9th turnover for the Bulldogs. We'll get Stewart back in the game in the next dead ball. Here's Ruffin around 1, around 2, beating pressure. Now it's Bennett. Looks at Zach Andrews, wanted to give him a post pass and says Somerville. Look for the high-low, looks left, comes left. With it is Ruffin. Bennett runs off a screen. Now gives to Somerville. Pull up, 6-footer, good. He's got 15 first half points.
Hadn't had a shot lately, Dave.
He hadn't missed.
He made them all. What is he,
6 for 6. With it is Brooks, pulls down a high pass. Bradley 40-14. Emenecker with it, up high left. Now Brooks looks and gives to Tracy. Drives at the free throw line, drop down pass, and then crotched the shot with a Lukita. And there's J.J. Twy being two-time. Give it to Bennett. Tony drives the baseline, is bumped and stopped. Good defense by Emenecker. Now it's Ruffin. Somerville on the baseline. Stops inside out, fouled. Walked first. Oh, here we go. 5 new ones. Heemskirk, Houston, Calvin, Stewart, and Nick Grant. All 5 new players for the Bulldogs. 40-14 with 4:15 to play. Jeremy Crouch will come in. With it is Stewart. Looks at Nick Grant, who wants to set it down. Screen Lawrence Wright will come in as well. On the next dead ball, we'll have an official time likely. Give it Nick Grant. 4:03 to play first half. Here's driving in Stewart. Drop down passes to Heemskirk. Missed the layup. Brent Heemskirk. Give it to J.J. Twy across the timeline. Tony Bennett. The ball screen for J.J. Twy by Zach Andrews, and now Ruffin has it near the hash mark on the right. Somerville with 20 on the shot clock. Gives it to Twy. J.J. looks inside at Zach Andrews, and now Ruffin will come over. And now J.J. backs out, all the way down, gets doubled. Gives it to Somerville. Off balance 3. He might as well.
I think he's going to make them all, Dave.
He's got 7 shots made. It's 43-14.
3 of them are threes.
He's got 18 first half points. Stewart lob downstairs to Heemskirk. Good shovel inside to Calvin. He's fouled by Somerville. He'll shoot 2 when we come back in a minute. Jeremy Crouch comes in. So does Lawrence Wright. 3:12 to play first half. Second foul, or making first foul on Zach. 19 fouls on the Braves. Second foul on Zach. And 9 on the Braves. 43-14 Bradley with 3:12 to play in the half. Amazing. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball, 1470 WMBD.
What? How many rebounds for Somerville? Go 3. Like more.
We haven't played this well in a long, long time, a Bradley team.
Dave, you're forgetting the last game.
Yeah.
That was a hard place to play against a good team.
The light has gone on. Mr. Edison, the light has gone on for the team in red and white. This is 43-14 with 3:12 to play in the half.
But dominating in every area, Dave. We out-rebounded 17-6 already in the first half. 17-6. They're shooting 4 out of 20, 1 out of 6 from three-point range. We forced 9 turnovers. We're 18 for 25 from the field, 6 of 8 from three-point range. We're 2 out of 3 from, or 3 out of 4 on the free throws, Dave, and 13 assists already. It's just really total domination and real good defense.
Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Heritage Bank of Central Illinois, proud to support Bradley basketball and the communities they serve. Heritage Bank pros gladly give their time and talent to many local organizations. 4-4 at the 5-minute in mark. Missouri State and Creighton.
I think we had 13 or 15 at that time.
Right. A.J. Calvin is a 71%er. He goes to the line here for 2 as Jeremy Crouch is into the game. Free throw is missed. They're going to get to 20 at halftime, Coach?
Well, if we keep scoring, maybe they might, Dave. Otherwise, I don't think they will.
One more, Calvin. That's good. 43-15. J.J. Twy is trapped, but it gives to Lawrence Wright. His lob to Crouch. Free throw line extended on the right. Jeremy was open for the 3, but elected to run the offense. They're man-to-man.
Yeah, they've switched to a man.
With it is Crouch. Now give Lawrence Wright up top. J.J. Twy directs traffic left wing. Pull-up jumper is missed by Zach Andrews. Rebound, Lawrence Wright misses. Kaboom! In midair, thrown down by Zach Andrews.
Zach came right from the weak side, got that one.
45-15, the lead is 30, and Franklin will come into the next dead ball. Zach's first deuce. Driving down to the other end is Stewart. He's cut off. Nick Grant now guarded by Crouch. Look up top. A.J. Calvin way away from the goal. He's not going to do much there. 2:22 to play in the half. Heemskirk open, and instead it's a Calvin jumper. Good. As he hits a pull-up 11-footer. He's got 3. 45-17. Rough at the other end. Crouch, 3-ball left. Bounce it, no good. Rebound is taken down by Nick Grant. 3-on-2. Drives the other end against Crouch. Layup is good and fouled by Jeremy. So Grant gets the field goal, and Crouch got the foul after he missed an open 3, and that's kind of been the way it's been for Jeremy. Danny Adams comes in. Will Franklin in. Twy out. So J.J. played with 2 fouls for a long time. And Ruffin is out with 2:05 to play in the half. So Nick Grant will try to get him to 20. He does. They got 20 and are down 25. With it is Franklin. Finds Crouch. He's across the timeline, a 3-on-2, but now slow it down. Dash mark on the right. Give it to Franklin. Passing lane was nearly cut down by Nick Grant. Danny Adams from Metamora pulls up the dribble, gives to Andrews. He's going to take it where? Crouch. 17 on the shot clock, 1:45 to play. Possession arrow belongs to Drake. With it is Lawrence Wright. Peekaboos with Crouch on the left wing. 8 on the shot clock, now 7. Franklin with 6, out high right with 5. Now 4. Get a ball screen with 3. Franklin with 2. Fires it up at the buzzer. Bounces it no good. Rebound is off 3 hands, and Franklin gets it. With a new shot clock with 1:20 to go in the half. Adams with it. Get a ball screen from Lawrence Wright, who posts and gets as he fights off Stewart. Now they're going to double Boogie and a foul finally. That's only the 15th foul, so we'll reload the shot clock with 1:10 to go in the half. Calvin picks it up, his first. That's 16 fouls with 1:10 to play in the half. Crouch will inbound baseline right. On a 1-4 high with him inbounding. Adams cuts to the goal, and Franklin gets it in the wing on the right. Then a back screen for a posting Zach Andrews. 3-ball Jeremy Crouch.
Hey, Jeremy got one.
48-20. Crouch gets the 3 ball in. With it, Nick Grant drives baseline, kicks it off his foot out of bounds with 54.5. 10th turnover.
A chance to have the 50, Dave, with another basket.
For the Bulldogs in the first half. 48-20 is the Bradley lead. Inbounds pass, Zach Andrews pulls down a pass that had to have been 12 feet in the air. Will Franklin across the timeline with 45 seconds to go in the half. Franklin gives to Crouch. Free throw line extended left. Looks at Lawrence Wright. Will they set a ball screen for him? Nope, got the pass. Calvin's out him. 15-14, and stripped from behind is Lawrence Wright as he ran into traffic. 10th turnover for the Braves. Shot clock is off. And here comes Stewart across the timeline with a left-hand dribble with 19. Look to get a ball screen up top. Instead it's Stewart. Penetrate, give to Nick Grant. Now Calvin, pull up 17-footer, in and out. Rebound taken out, Franklin with 10. Now with 9. Gives it to Adams with 8. DA 3-ball right wing. That's good!
That was Danny's first shot.
It's halftime. What a first half for the home team. 51-20 as Adams hits the 3 after Jeremy Crouch hits the 3. 51-20 Bradley at the half. The Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report is coming up. 51-20. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
We only shot the one free throw, Dave. It's all we shot.
Wow.
Well, if they look for teams that are finishing strong at the end of the season, why? And that's one of the things they're supposed to consider. Any more scores on Missouri State, Dave?
Yeah, they're in a break here.
Welcome back, everybody, to Carver Arena and the Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report. Be a winner at Paradise this month with a 2006 BMW. The drawing's coming up. Win up to $4,000 every Thursday and Sunday at 6, 7, and 8. You can win the 2006 BMW on the 26th. You got to be present to win. See Paradise for details. BMW provided by Patrick BMW of Schaumburg. Coach, you got the scoring, and you got a lot of it here in the first half for the Braves.
And only 6 baskets for Drake in the first half. 6 baskets for Drake, 1 free throw shot for Bradley today, which we made. We'll start with Somerville because he started the game with the first 10 points. Marcellus had 7 baskets, 3 of those were threes. He's 1 for 1 from the line, total 18 points. Almost had as many as Drake in the first half. Patrick O'Brien had 3 baskets for 6. Tony Bennett had 2 threes and another basket for his 8. Daniel Rubbin had a basket for 2, played very well. Jeremy Crouch hit 1 of 2 threes today for his 3 points. Lawrence Wright had 3 baskets for 6. Zach Andrews had 1 from the weak side, which he slammed down on a rebound for his 2. Will Franklin hit a 3. Danny Adams hit a 3 late in the half as well. Bradley 1 out of 1 from the free throw line, and couldn't have played a lot better, Dave.
Joe Delfonso just pointed out, in the last 3 halves, the Braves have outscored their opponents by 53 points.
That's a bunch.
That is a bunch.
But you can't. It's not indicative of how well we play defense, Dave. You got to have that in there because we're shooting the ball real well, but we're moving the ball better and we're getting good shots, and defense is setting a lot of it up.
The Braves are going to play in that 4-5 game at 2:30 on Friday afternoon, and we hope that you can make it down for that. Coach, you got the scoring for the Bulldogs, and it won't take long.
No, it really won't. Brent Heemskirk, Dave, had a basket for 2. A.J. Calvin had a basket, split 2 free throws for his 3. Sean Tracy was 2 out of 2 from the line for 2. Nick Grant had a basket, was 3 out of 3 from the line for 5. Cox had a basket, was split 2 free throws for 3. Keita with a basket for 2. And Houston with 1-3 for 3. They were 7 out of 9 from the free throw line. For the half, Drake shot 26%, 17% from 3-point, going 1 out of 6. And did shoot 7 out of 9 from the free throw line. Bradley 68% from the field, Dave, in the first half. 8 of 11, which is 73% from 3-point range. Made their only free throw. Out rebound 20-7. They only got 7 rebounds in the first half. They being Drake.
Missouri State with a 10-6 lead with 11 minutes to play in the first half, and that's at the Hammond Student Center. Points in the paint, Bradley 16-6. Off turnovers, 12-5. Second chance, 9-2. Fast break, 9-2. Bench points, 17-13. And that says something with this team because they play everybody. But when you only have 20, that's not many.
And Dave, Somerville played 14 minutes. He's 7 out of 7 and 3 out of 3. You know, that's hard to improve on.
He's missed as many shots as you and I had.
Yeah, it came to them 2 tying Drake at halftime.
Yeah, they're having the baby race down here, which is an improved version of the Little Braves race. And we'll take our break at halftime on WMBD Peoria, Illinois. It's 8 o'clock as Bradley leads 51-20 over Drake at halftime. Back with the more statistics and more at halftime. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
They better shorten that race so they're not going to have a winner.
Here's the crackers, the Cheerios. The first baby across the finish line receiving is going to get a $500 savings bonus.
How you been?
Hey, a leader.
That is Anthony the Laser Solano.
I know.
The third baby across the finish line will get a $200 savings bonus. As you can see, they are ready to go.
Southern Illinois is not, they're not good either, so they play each
Now
other.
2 real babies are going to get a prize just for being here this evening. A wonderful gift package from our sponsors.
That is rough. I couldn't believe it. I listened to that game. Couldn't believe it. You know, Bradley can play the service game. I mean, that's possible. Not now. Not the way they're playing.
All right. Mackenzie just came back. You go, girl. Look at her go.
You know what's happened down there the last
See, this is a crawling race, not a scooting race. Oh, look down there, jumping Justin Riley. He's almost to the finish line. Go, Justin, go. There it goes. Oh, now see who makes the spot.
Well, in the first half, Coleman sagged off so much on JJ Quad. Congratulations.
Mom's working hard to get Mackenzie down there.
I thought they were going to have to cut me off. All right, no problem.
Now, if our time runs out and the babies have not finished, we will just pick whoever is the closest to the finish line. And again, another thanks to our sponsors. We got about a minute left, ladies. Keep on crawling.
Well, they're moving like the Drake offense in the first half.
Well, I think the defense is impressive as the offense, Dave. Yeah, you know, you got to shoot. You get the shots. You still got to shoot them in. And we've just been shooting in 8 out of 11 from threes. Stripes.
All right, McKenzie's almost there. Keep going.
They only got 3 offensive rebounds, Dave, and only missed 17 shots.
Missouri State's up 10 now. 19-9.
Well, that's about what you
30 seconds.
figured.
Oh
Oh, we got a fight going there.
Yeah, kick a few of them out. Make them sit out the next game, too.
Well, we can't play Missouri State, can we? It's going to be Drake. I mean, it's going to be Creighton.
If Missouri State wins, we play Creighton.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And McKenzie just shooting practice 1 second.
Missouri State would play Northern Iowa
Right
in the 3-6 game.
Congratulations, ladies. And thanks once again to our sponsors, Smoky Monkey Kids.
Welcome back to the Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report. The baby race lasted, I think, Coach, as long as our break did,
I think so, Dave.
as it was moving about the pace of the offense for Drake in the first half. But that was caused by some just clampdown Bradley defense.
It really was. Good pressure on the ball, Dave. Contained pressure on the ball, and then real good denial defense. There just weren't many open passes anywhere.
Well, you know, we got a few more days until this tournament, but this is a team that looks like it's got a mission ahead of it to make the big dance. I mean, they're playing that well right now, and it's the end of February. This is what you want as a coaching staff to peak your team at this time of the year. And ahead by 31 points at the half. Granted, it's not the best team in the league, but this is a team that took the champions to a last-second tip-in their last game.
But the way we're doing it, Dave, we're doing with rebounding, we're doing it with defense, we're doing with better passing now, and then we're shooting the ball better. And there's a lot of reasons that we're playing real well right now. And the only thing is, you got to continue. You can't have one bad game in a tournament, as you know. But we played ourselves now in a position that our RPI is going nowhere but up. And we win a game or two. Of course, you win 3, you automatically go. But we definitely got to be. They consider teams that are playing well late in the season. And there aren't many teams that's playing better than we are now.
Well, the RPI went up 1 point, one number this afternoon after the afternoon's action, and how they figure all that stuff up is beyond me. But they were up to 38 to begin tonight. We have our official statistics here for the first half, Coach, and it just shows how well the Braves have played the entire game. For assisted turnover, they've turned it over quite a bit, and they're still +6.
Well, that's right. That's because we've had such good passing at the other end of the floor. One thing you got to be a little concerned with, you don't want to get in foul trouble. And we did, of course, playing aggressively, you are going to foul some, and we certainly are playing aggressive.
Biggest lead in the first half was when Danny Adams hit that 3 ball with 4 seconds to go in the half. 19-9, Missouri State, just under the 8-minute timeout in the first half, leads the Creighton Blue Jays. So it all the world appears like Bradley will be in the 4-5 game on Friday afternoon in St. Louis. And the other games will be Evansville and Illinois State on Thursday. That'll be at 6 o'clock, the 7 and 10 seeds. And this Drake team will play against Indiana State. Drake won the regular season, both games in that one, by the way, as did Illinois State. Evansville, they split. Drake won 2 over Indiana State, but that was in the period that Moss was out both
Right.
games. I talked to Mike Mahon before the
Have
game.
you noticed on TV, Dave, is Dotzler playing for Creighton?
No, he's out for the rest of the year.
He's out for the rest of the season. Well, that's another thing, is the good pressure we put on the guards, and he is one of their better guards, so that's another factor in our favor.
That's our Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report. It's Bradley 51 and Drake 20, and the Bulldogs will have possession to open the second half. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD. Well, we'll see who starts the second half for the Bulldogs.
Well, Dave, another factor, the way we're playing now, everybody coming in off the bench, they're hitting the first or second shot. You got guys, coming off the bench, playing with just a lot of confidence. That's makes them that much better too.
Somerville with 18 first half points. His career high is 28. It came against Evansville and also Lubbock Christian. He was 7 of 7 in the first half, 3 of 3 from 3. And didn't miss a shot. 1 of 1 from the line. Well, if you're Dr. Tom, what do you say about this at halftime?
Not much you can say, Dave.
Just play hard the second half.
Play hard the second half and start getting ready for the tournament. You're not going to overcome a 31-point lead, but play it like it's a new ball game, and let's learn from some of our mistakes which we made the first half. A lot of them caused by Bradley.
Well, I'm sure that we'll see Brandon Heemskirk probably in the second half, and
you'll see him probably about 3 times.
Ryan Lavin hopefully will get a play tonight. Emenecker gives to A.J. Calvin. Bounce pass inside is to Heemskirk against Somerville. Inside out, throws it right to Tony Bennett. 11th turnover. Bennett to O'Brien, to Bennett, to Ruffin. So there's a stop in the first possession of the second half. Man-to-man now for the Bulldogs. With it, Ruffin between the legs. Brings it J.J. Twy. Ball knocked away by Drake out of bounds. On the wing from the point to wing pass. Twy will inbound sideline right. Bradley 51, Drake 20. This is Bradley's first possession of the second half, and O'Brien gets the inbounds pass and looks for a guard and gives and hands off to Ruffin right in front of Joe Napoli. Brings it between the rings and gives it to Twy. Ruff with it. They're zoning now, 2-3 again. Ruff, Twy. Skip pass is to Bennett. 3-ball Tony left wing is short, and a rebound taken down Emenecker. Across the timeline, running the floor is Calvin. His shot is blocked, but fouled. I think it's on Twy or Bennett. They both were there. It'll be a shooting situation, too. It's on JJ, his third, at 19:07, and sends A.J. Calvin to the line to try to sit everybody down. He has the first one down, and everybody sits, his 4th point. Missouri State leads 20-11 in the first half. And Springfield, second free throw, Calvin misses, and another rebound for Somerville, his 4th. I don't know if he'll get a double-double, don't know if he'll have that much time. Played a minute in the second half, 51-21. Ruffin with it, the count was on, and then he gets around Sean Tracy. Look at a post pass inside, the ball is tipped, and a turnover as Ruff tried to hit O'Brien. 11th for the Braves. Emenecker gives to Tracy, and then Emenecker's 3 is missed. J.J. Twy the rebound on a break, 3-on-2. Ruffin threw it away as he tried to hit on the weak side. And a sideline out of bounds on Tracy as he turns it back over at 18:35. Stewart is in for Emanecker. A dozen for each. A dozen turnovers, please, for each team. Twy will inbound. Looks at a lob to O'Brien. Instead, Ruffin comes to help him out. Ruff's nearly tripped by Tracy. And he'll bring it up top. Between the rings against the man-to-man. Twy with it. Looks at Somerville, who posts, gets it on the block in the right. Spit it back out. Two-man game with Twy and Somerville is fouled. Foul is on Sean Brooks. First foul of the second half for the Bulldogs, and the second on Brooks. Inbound, baseline right, J.J. Twy. Is he going to lob it for a dunk for O'Brien here against Heemskirk?
If it was there, he probably would. There's a screen for him.
Well, he didn't get it in time, and so it's Somerville. Bennett, Ruffin, drives baseline, beats one, penetrating kick to Bennett, pull-up 12-footer is good. Tony in double figures with 10, 53-21. Stewart, Brooks, Stewart, Tracy, make it Calvin. Looked at Tracy, tried to back cut. Stewart with it. Look at J.J. Twy deny the post pass to Tracy. Here's Calvin just inside the arc, shoots it, misses it, rebound Bennett. Gives it to Ruffin. Ruff across the timeline with 17:49 to play. Inside out Bennett. Twy, a ball fake, drives baseline. Inside pass is tipped away. Dandy no-look pass, but it was tipped away as he tried to hit O'Brien, who would have dunked it. Leonard Houston comes in for Sean Brooks. Shot clock reads 24, 17:42 for the game. Bradley 53, Drake 21. And Ruffin inbounds. Baseline right. Count is 2, count is 3, and he just lobs it to O'Brien in the corner. And then he throws it out front to Twy. 17 on the shot clock. Bennett looks at a skip and gives it Twy. Now Ruffin. Ruff's three-ball missed. Rebound is tipped away, and Bennett tries to save, and he's out of bounds. So it'll go to the Bulldogs. It's 51-20 at the half. Man. Now it's 53-21, 17:23 to play for the ball game. Ruff runs into a screen as Stewart gives to Houston. Lean in shot Tracy. Bang missed. Rebound taken down by O'Brien. Gives to Ruffin with a left-hand dribble across the timeline and comes back out. Almost 3 minutes into the second half. Baseline jumper left. Bennett. Good. Tony has both field goals in the second half. He's got a dozen. 55-31 is the Bradley lead. The other end here, Stewart runs into Somerville.
Good defensive help by Marcellus again.
And then the ball is off the foot out of bounds of O'Brien as they try to post pass to Heemskirk on the block in the left. Shot clock reads 25, inbound right. Sean Tracy. Lob to the goal is Calvin against fakes once, twice, 3 times against O'Brien. And then a layup is good. Nicely done by Houston, who gets the field goal as he slipped by O'Brien, who was wanting to swat it away.
First basket of the second half for Drake.
55-23 is the Bradley lead, and Ruffin's fouled by Tracy at 16:37. His second, team second, and it'll be J.J. Twy to inbound sideline on the right. Missouri State leads now 21-15 over Creighton. Here's the inbounds passes to Ruffin. Tracy's on him. Bennett calls for the ball inside Somerville. He's got 18. He's got 20. He bounces it in, turn around hooker from 3. 57-23. Stewart at the other end takes the ball down the lane and was pushed going in. I think he tripped, but O'Brien's going to get called for the foul. Ruffin got the foul, his second. And the third team foul, inbound baseline left, Tracy for Drake. Bradley 57, Drake 23. Tracy gets. Passes to Heemskirk. Skip passes to Houston. He had the last field goal. Didn't take the shot. Now
the only field goal they've had, Dave, in 4 minutes.
Stewart get a ball screen from Calvin on a pick and roll. Good ball movement this time. Tracy's 3 is missed. Weak side rebound. Bennett tips to Heemskirk, and then Tony tied him up, but not held it long enough. Houston's 3 is good. He's got them both. Houston. Here's Bennett at the other end. His drive in the lane, flipped up and blocked, and taken down by Stewart across the timeline. On the move. Lead pass is blocked by O'Brien. Into the hands of Ruffin, who's running 2-on-3. Bounce pass, give it to Bennett, layup, good. 14 for Bennett. We'll have an official time in the next dead ball. 59-26, the Bradley lead.
Running the break a lot better now and taking care of the ball, Dave.
Ball screen, Heemskirk for Stewart. Here's a shot by Calvin. Bouncing away, no good. Rebound tip, J.J. Twy to Bennett. To O'Brien. Bounce passes to Ruffin, who had to go and get it. And we'll slow it down. Give it to Twy. Now to Bennett. Lob to the goal. Is O'Brien. Layup good in midair. Just flipped it in. He's got 8.
Assist for Tony Bennett.
61-26. 5 minutes into the second half. You almost have to see this to believe it. Here's a jumper fired by a 3 ball. Nope, put on the line for 2 by Stewart. Heemskirk will come in. Will Franklin will come in. Crowd's going nuts. Here's a steal. Or no, make it Ruffin, and the inbounds pass Twy. There's Bennett. 3 ball Tony. In and out. Rebound O'Brien. Put back fouled. Brandon will have to wait to come in after the break. 14:41 to play. O'Brien will shoot a pair of free throws when we come back. And the Bradley lead is 61-28 over Drake.
Line change again for Drake, Dave.
Oh, wonderful. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball. 1470 WMBD. Oh, look what we got, Coach. It's the Little Braves race.
Thought they forgot about it.
That'll slow it down. Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, and Mike Sable. Somerville is 8 for 8, and he is very close. I think Kerry Burrell has the record here at Carver Arena for percentage of field goals in a game, if I remember, and it might be 8 for 8.
I think it was, Dave. I think 8
remember
for
that?
8 was right.
This broadcast is brought to you by Bradley University and JMP Radio Group LLC, solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication or rebroadcast without the direct consent of JMP Radio Group LLC or Bradley University is prohibited. Coach Stoll and I have been approved by Bradley University. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by the Candy Kitchen and Creamery on Court Street in Pekin. Their newest item, caramel apples, peanut butter, chocolate peanut butter, chocolate, white chocolate, and much, much more. Handmade chocolate, fudge, ice cream, and desserts. If you haven't been there, you need to go there. On Court Street in Pekin, across from the Pekin Park. All the sweets you desire, call 346-CHALK. And by Bradley Basketball is brought to you by Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer, the home of the new 2006 Ford Freestyle and 500. Built for the heartland and built for the road ahead. 14:41 to play, Coach. 61-28, and it could be 62-63 as O'Brien will go to the line.
Well, just want to maintain the same way we're playing. There's the same tempo. Don't change anything. I don't believe we will.
3:37 to go in the first half in Springfield, Missouri. 21-18 now in favor of the Bears. O'Brien to the line. He'll come out, and Heemskirk will come in. If he makes the second free throw, he missed the first one. OB was 68% coming in, 51 of 76 now after his first make. Second free throw is good, and out he comes. Brandon Heemskirk, Big B, 7'2", 260.
Let's get Brandon a couple shots out here now.
And Heemskirk is going to get a standing O, Coach, from some of the folks.
That's great. He's added a lot to the program, Dave. Most people never know about.
62-28. Emmenecker across the timeline, run Will Franklin into a ball screen. Ooh, almost taken away by Lawrence Wright as he gives to Houston, who's been their offense in the second half. Here's Cox. Houston, ball fake. He's a left-hander. He's got it on the left. Ooh, passing lane cut down by Somerville, nearly a steal. His defense has just been excellent the second half of this season. Pick it off Cox. His three ball is up left. Bounce it away, no good. Lawrence Wright with a rebound. Kick it off Franklin.
We need to get Brandon down where he's not out in the high post screen and get him down low.
He's going to screen, you know that.
Well,
He's got it up high. Give it to Somerville, who managed to hold on to it. Looked like he was going to.
Stay in there, Brandon. Stay in there. Atta boy.
Heemskirk up, down, up.
Hey!
Heemskirk gets the field goal, 64-28.
Real nice pass to him, too.
From Will Franklin. Big B with the score. With it is Houston. Now Amenecker. Nick Grant is in. Jonathan Cox. Walk wasn't called, now is called. 13th turnover for the Bulldogs.
Send Brandon down there again. Let him set that high post screen and roll him right on down.
His career high was against Creighton, 9 points. His best game was against Illinois State last year at Normal. Baseball passes to Heemskirk. Hands off to Franklin against the pressure. The ball screen, Heemskirk, as he plants Amenecker.
Use him again.
Zach Andrews, boy, we got some screeners in there. There's a turnaround jumper. Heemskirk misses. A foul on Andrews wasn't called on a nice post pass, but Brandon couldn't finish. Here's Cox. Almost walked again. 13-13 to play. Bradley 64, Drake 28. Oh, here comes some more in. There's a Amenecker to the baseline. Give to Nick Grant to the baseline. He's stopped by Somerville. 7 minutes in. Cross-court pass, Amenecker. Now Cox takes it into the lane. Make it to Somerville. Cut him off, but his short shot is good. Cox has 5. And here's a pass intercepted by Cox as it was thrown away by Zach Andrews, who then got it back. And Lawrence Wright calls time, and it's a 1-minute timeout as he was trapped in the corner.
Don't forget to get the subs.
Okay. Tracy, Stewart, Lukita, Tracy, Mary, about everybody coming in. We'll take a minute break and be back. 12:44 to play for the ball game. Bradley 64, Drake 30. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball, 1470 WMVD. Missouri State 23-22 now. 1:39 to go in the half.
That's a little surprise.
Tolliver. Third kill. Nope, Willie Scott. Boise Winters. Willie Scott, the Roadrunner.
Yep.
Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, and Mike Sable back at Carver Arena. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Avani's. If you have a son or daughter between 8 and 12, well, you've had a chance to register them all season long to become an honorary ball boy or ball girl at any of the 3 Avani's locations. It's a great promotion, and we're thankful to Avani's for sponsoring the ball boy, ball girl competition again this year. And Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Methodist. Team up with Methodist for outstanding health care that's centered on you. Methodist is proud to be the official health care provider for Bradley basketball. The Braves are shooting 64%, 27 of 42, 8 of 14 from 3, and only shot 3 free throws and made 2 of them.
Doesn't seem like we're shooting as well as second half, Dave. Yet we're 6 out of 11 from the field.
Well, we're not.
Well, no, I know we're not, but that's still pretty good. And rebounding, Dave, is 29 to 11. Be out rebounded by 18. That's pretty decisive.
WMED Peoria, Illinois. Missouri State 23 and Creighton 22. Under a minute to go. That will determine who Bradley will play in the 4-5 game on Friday afternoon. The result of that game. And a baseball pass at the other end. Zach Andrews pulls it down, takes it into the lane, jump stop, in the lane, turnaround hooker, good. Zach Andrews got the baseball pass. He's got 4, 66 to 30. Jeremy Crouch will come in on the next dead ball. With it on the right is Stewart. His pull-up alley-oop to the goal is laid up and in. Nice backdoor play as the layup was hit by A.J. Calvin, and then Stewart behind the back gives it to him again, and Heemskirk plants him. And then helps him up. No, he didn't call an intentional foul. Oh, my goodness. Steve Morris. Well, Brandon got his money's worth, but that's just a hard foul. It wasn't an intentional foul. Well, maybe it was an intentional foul, but it wasn't flagrant. That'll get the crowd in the game. 66-32. As Heemskirk picked up the foul. He was not going to make that shot. And A.J. Calvin to the line for two. First one short. One more for A.J. A.J.A.Y. He's from Michigan. From Butler, Kansas. Made the second one, 66-33. The score is doubled. You know when you're in pretty good shape when you got it doubled, and the other team's got 33. Somerville comes out. I doubt whether he comes back in. And the inbounds lob is to Lukita. Inside out gives to Stewart. They'll be firing them up now. 12-12 to go for the game. With it, Stewart backs up right. Danny Adams will come in the next dead ball. Gives it to Tracy in the lane. Jump stop. Ball's knocked away by Zach Andrews. To Lawrence Wright. Boogie on the drive on the move. Lay it up and get it. Off the steal. Offense from defense. 8 points for Zach Andrews. 68. The Braves just hit the magic number, by the way, at 11:46. With it, Stewart. Look at a post pass, stepping out is Brooks, takes into the lane, bumped by Boogie, shot is missed, that is fouled. When we come back, Drake will shoot two, 11:39 to play. Lawrence Wright gets the foul, his second, team foul 4. Back in a minute, as Danny Adams comes in. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
Well, Somerville will tie him in, Dave, with 8 for 8. We're 12 for 12 with O'Brien and Somerville.
Yeah. Okay, we're at halftime here. 25-24 Bears.
7 assists, 1 turnover for Ruffin, Dave.
Wow. Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Joe Watson, and Mike Sable. 25-24, Missouri State over Creighton at halftime. That's the only Valley game left to be decided tonight. And then we'll set the pairings for the Valley tournament next week. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Avanti's. All season long, you've had a chance to register your son or daughter between 8 and 12 to be honorary ball boys or ball girls at any of the Avanti's locations, the 3 locations. And we thank them once again for allowing us the opportunity to make some youngster's dream come true and be a ball boy or ball girl at a Bradley basketball game. And Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by Methodist. Team up with Methodist for outstanding health care that's centered on you. Methodist is proud to be the official health care provider of Bradley Braves basketball. Bradley now shooting 66% for the game, 29-44. Everybody has scored except J.J. Twy that's been in the game.
And he hasn't taken a shot, Dave.
He has an assist in 11 minutes and 3 rebounds for J.J. Somerville, if he is done after his 22 minutes, 20 points, 8 of 8 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3, 1 of 1 from the line, and 5 rebounds. Tony Bennett has 14. So all of the seniors have scored. Here's at the free throw line, Sean Brooks' first one is good.
That's his first point.
He averages 10.6. 68-34. Score is doubled again. Free throw number 2 is good. 68-35. Adams looks for the baseball pass, and now Jeremy Crouch comes to help, but Will Franklin gets the pass nicely from Adams. Here's Franklin with it. He's being hounded and then gets doubled. Ball's knocked away. Heemskirk to steal. Sean Brooks trying to catch up with a pass. Adams cuts him off at the pass. And a skip pass is thrown to Tracy in the lane. His shot is up, bounces in. Tracy the field goal, 68-37. He's got 6. Baseball pass is thrown to Jeremy Crouch in the backcourt. Jeremy has a 3-ball in. Give to Franklin, 5 to make it up. Jump pass is to Crouch. Behind the back he tries to go, and a steal by Brooks. Down at the other end, spins and lays it up and in. And Jim Les wants time at 10:58, 68-39. He wants this group to play well. And they've turned it over a few times here against the pressure. 68-39 is the Bradley lead. Missouri State 25, Creighton 24 at the half. The other finals today. On a Tony Young shot with about 7 seconds to go in Carbondale. Mike Reese has turned us off by now. 46-45. Salukis over Northern Iowa. Wichita didn't exactly blow out Illinois State tonight. The Redbirds held tough, but the Shockers win their first league title in decades. 64-57 over Illinois State. And Evansville playing better at the end of the year. 77-75 win in Terre Haute over Indiana State. Will Franklin in the backcourt against pressure. 3-time. Gives to Lawrence Wright. Now Danny Adams. Heemskirk calls for the ball. And he's being guarded by his brother, by the way. With it is Boogie. Up, down. Layup is Brandon Gudd from Lawrence Wright. Brandon's got 4. Bradley's got 70.
Nice job of posting up that time.
Stewart at the other end. Gives to Heemskirk. Heemskirk and Heemskirk score at both ends of the floor.
He's got a pack going, Dave.
Bennett will come back to the next dead ball. Danny Adams takes a shot, or a step, look for the shot, and then had Crouch on the other side and stops. We got more subs coming in for Drake, and Somerville will come back. Give it Adams, inside Heemskirk.
Oh, he
and
almost
Brent got him from
one.
behind
Yeah.
and stripped it. Coming across the timeline is Stewart. Heemskirk again.
Nice pass.
Layup is good. Heemskirk finds Cox. 70-43, halfway through the second half. And Crouch gets the inbounds pass. 9:57 to play.
Get down deep, Brandon.
And here's Will Franklin, guarded by Stewart. He's very quick. Gets a ball screen from Heemskirk and a pick and roll. Flipped a bad pass by Franklin. And Sean Brooks is on the floor, and he calls timeout. 9:43. Bennett in, Somerville in. Things getting a little ragged here. 70-43. Bradley's lead as Drake calls their second timeout of the half. They have a full and a 30 left. Amenecker comes in for the Bulldogs.
Just don't want to get anybody hurt here late now.
The Indy Oriole will have Braves Plus from St. Louis courtside. Mike Evans will be along, I'm sure, down in St. Louis to help us out with interviews. Braves will play either Creighton or Missouri State. They're separated by a point at halftime, with the Bears leading at the Hammond Center. If the Braves continue to play like this, it won't matter who they play. Amenecker with it against Ruffin. 9:37 to play for the ball game. A ball screen by A.J. Calvin, who's in. Here's a lob to the goal. It's knocked away for Calvin. Picked up by Nick Grant, who's back in the game. Now Houston, he had a good start to the second half. Looks for Amenecker. Passing lanes are cut down. The count is on. The count is on. And now Calvin gives to Amenecker with 10-9 on the shot clock. Amenecker drives all the way down. Blew it to nobody in particular. Houston has it with 4 on the shot clock. Fall away jumper. Bounce away no good. Rebound pulled down by Calvin on the weak side. Ball's taken away by Somerville out of bounds. Off of Celis's hands, they say. With 33 on the reloaded shot clock and 9:08 to play for the game. Bradley 70, Drake 43. Oh, Bryant's going to come back in. Here's Calvin's jumper. Rainbow bounce it no good. Rebound is off of Heemskirk's hands. And then he throws a block into Cox.
He sure did.
Nick Grant. Drop down pass at the baseline is to Calvin, who dribbles it, missed it. Rebound Lawrence Wright, and he's pushed out of bounds. Just don't want to get anybody hurt here. 8:53 to play.
I tell you, Brandon did throw a block out of that basket.
And Brandon's going to take a bit of a rest. And the Bulldogs are grateful for that. Now you know what they deal with in practice every day when Big B sets that high post ball screen. Somerville cannot move, 8:53 to play, and he slaps, and the count is 1. Now 2, and he threw it away. Threw it right to Nick Grant, whose layup is missed. Rebound tipped out Amenecker. Give it to Nick Grant. Inside, his shot is blocked, and things are a little wild now with 8:46 to play. Somerville the foul, his second. This will send Nick Grant to the line. Grant to the free throw line. He's got 5 points. 6 as he makes the first. He's 4 of 4 from the line. He has 1 field goal. Brett Heemskirk will come in as he makes the second one. 70-45. Heemskirk for Cox. And Somerville, who can run the baseline. Count is 2. The count is 3. And baseballs it to Tony Bennett, who beats everybody back for a layup, who missed. It was partially blocked by Houston. And now Amenecker. Across the timeline is Nick Grant. Lawrence Wright is there on him. He flips it up, missed it, had no shot. Calvin loses it out of his hands, but last touch by the Braves with 8:33 to play. Good block at the other end by the Bulldogs. Inbound baseline left is Nick Grant. 8:33 to play. Bradley 70, Drake 45. Calvin takes a couple of dribbles. Once Amenecker, who comes up high to the left. Against Ruffin, a ball screen. Heemskirk fought under by Ruffin. Post pass downstairs. Can't be handled by Calvin. It's out of bounds. It's a turnover. And that is 16. And here comes Cox right back in for Calvin. I wish I had a buck for every substitution. Coach, we could have a nice dinner tonight.
Really could.
Bounce pass is Ruffin.
He got hooked.
He got hooked in the back court. He's trying to beat Houston and does. He's 3-timed and bumped finally by Amenecker. That's only 5 team fouls. 8:13 to play.
Daniel allowed to get that free throw on. You know, Dave, he's close to qualifying, you know, for ranking. He would rank, I think, second in the league right now in free throws. He just would shoot a few more.
And our dinner would get even better as Brooks, Tracy, and Stewart come in for. It's like a center and 2 wingers coming in every time. Here's Bennett with it. Free throw line extended to the right. Jump passes to Lawrence Wright. What's going to happen now? He's going to take it into the lane. It's fouled. This might be on the shot, although if he'd have shot that, I don't know where it would have gone. Yep, he's going to shoot him.
He had his mind on shooting it. It may not look like it, Dave.
He always has his mind on shooting. So Boogie goes to the line. He's got 8, trying to get into double figures. He averages 10 a game. 8:06 to play. 70-45, Bradley's lead. Free throw good. Lawrence Wright has had a real good year at the line. He's 65 of 86 now. With 1 more in the hopper. 71-45 and 1 more for Lawrence Wright. That's good too. 72-45. Wright has 10. Here comes Stewart across the timeline. Give it to Sean Brooks, who's been no factor tonight. You wouldn't believe that this is a team that Bradley lost to by 2 in Des Moines. Here's Cox. Hands off to Brooks. 20 on the shot clock. Free throw line extended is Tracy. Ball screen Cox. 3 ball by Heemskirk is good from the right wing.
He got 7. He's not a bad player, Dave. He's getting better all the time.
Lawrence Wright gives to Ruffin, who has a 3-on-2 break, and I'll bring it back. We'll have an official time and an next dead ball. 72-48 is the Bradley lead. Lob is to Somerville. He's got 20 points. Looks like he's going to shoot this one too. And a block. And he'll shoot 1 in bonus when we come back in a minute. Bradley 72, Drake 48. Sellis goes for 21 and 22 when we come back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Breeze Basketball on 1470 WMBD.
Yeah, that would have been 9 for 9.
Yeah. Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, and Mike Sable back at Carver Arena. 7:29 to play. Bradley 72, Drake 48. The Braves will win their 18th game of the year and go into the tournament with an 18-9 regular season. And a couple of those losses came when O'Brien was not there. And that's past tense. You can only do what you can do now. Bradley Braves basketball is brought to you by the Candy Kitchen and Creamery in Court Street in Pekin's the place. Handmade chocolates, fudge, ice cream desserts, and their newest taffy apple, a caramel apple with peanuts, without peanuts, peanut butter, chocolate, and peanut butter. That great combination. White and dark chocolate, whatever you'd like. Fudge, ice cream, desserts, it's all there across from the Pekin Park on Court Street in Pekin. Special orders can be made for special occasions as well. All the sweets you desire. Call 346-CHOC. Coach?
Yeah, Dave, we're up to 60% in the second half now. We're 9 out of 15. Still got a 14 margin on the rebounds and just dominating. We've been a little more erratic the second half. Of course, Jim's substituted, quite a few players himself, but a few more turnovers than you'd like. But in a game like this, you almost have to expect it. You don't like it, but you almost have to expect it.
Ranking the guys downstairs, had Tom Less on the scoreboard, your old point guard coach. Boy, was he a good one.
Yes, he was.
One of a kind. Free throws up, Sellis good. Still perfect on the night. The flying bullet, is my former colleague and the late, great Mark Holtz used to call him. Free throw number 2 is up and good. Sellis has 22.
Tommy's the kind of guy that made everybody better on your team.
74-48 is the Bradley lead. 7:23 to play. Here comes Stewart. Looks at a pass to Brooks. Now Heemskirk passes off the leg and out of bounds, but a foul from behind. Lawrence Wright might have got him.
Heemskirk is a good passer, Dave, for a big fellow as well.
First foul on Tony. 16th foul on Bradley. 7:17 to play, and Sean Brooks will inbound baseline on the right. Gives to Cox. Gives to Stewart. He can't wait to shoot it. Going to take it down the lane, and it's swatted away by O'Brien, who got the rebound. He got a block and a rebound in the same play. 7:05 to play, and Ruffin crosses the timeline. Going to get a ball screen from O'Brien. Nope, he steps out and gets. Looks for the drop down. Bennett on the left wing. Looks at Somerville, who posts. Lawrence Wright goes by. Here's a pass to Somerville. Hasn't missed a shot yet. Going to take Cox. Pull-up jumper from 12. Rim it, no good. First miss of the night. Here comes across the timeline. The Bulldogs lay up good at the other end. Sean Brooks gets it down. 74-50. Here's Ruffin. The pass is to Lawrence Wright. Now finds Bennett. He had O'Brien ahead of him. Now just waits for Ruffin to come in with 6.5 to play. Bradley's biggest lead was 31. O'Brien against Heemskirk. Lob downstairs. Somerville layup. Good from O'Brien. And Brandon Heemskirk off the bench applauding. At the other end, here's Sean Brooks. 76-50 Bradley. A ball fake is Tracy. Ball knocked away by Bennett. Tracy gets it back. Back cut by Brooks. Heemskirk, 3-ball for double figures. Short. Rebound loose on the floor. Somerville gives to Lawrence Wright, who flips it out so Bennett could get it. Across the timeline comes Tony. Now waits for Ruffin with 6 minutes to play. Gives Somerville.
Got the
lob is to O'Brien, too hard. Out of bounds. New 3 coming in. Calvin, Grant, and Houston for the Bulldogs. 19th turnover for the Braves. Here comes Stewart with it across the timeline. Beats Ruff a half a step, but then he recovers. On the right wing, Grant going to take it in against Lawrence Wright. He bumps him. Nice drop down pass. Inside layup is good for Heemskirk. Heemskirk's career high is 14 against Iowa. He's got 9 now. Here's Ruffin in the backcourt.
He's going to be a good player in the league.
76-52. Remember, Corver is out. He'll be back next year. Lawrence Wright around 1, around 2. Flip it up and miss it. And Heemskirk gets the rebound with 5:20 to play. 76-52. Calvin at the other end is fouled by Somerville, and Emenecker will come back for Drake. Somerville's third foul. Sellis has 24 points now. And Calvin to the line for a pair. He's got 5. Dribbles the ball a couple of times, flips it up and makes it. Got nice form on his free throws. Ray Brown comes in for the first time. Replaces Lawrence Wright. So the senior comes out. You know, Jim might do this one at a time. Get the seniors out. 76-53. One more, Calvin. That's good. Rimming, no good. Rebound, Somerville, another one. How many for Sellis? That's 7. And here's Ruffin. Get a ball screen from Somerville, and Houston ran into that. 5:05 to play. Bradley 76, Drake 53. Ruffin with it. Looks at Ray Brown, gives it to him. Looks at a post pass to Somerville. And he's held. He'll go back to the line. If Sellis stays in long enough, he's going to get 30. Calvin, the foul, his third. And Somerville to the line. His career high is 28. He is 3 of 3 from the line and 9 of 10 from the field. Free throw good. Playing like a first-team all-conference. Playing like the play of the year here tonight. 77-53, 25 for 15, and now one more. That's up. That's good. 78-53. Bradley's lead is back up to 25. We haven't got to the 4-minute timeout yet. Amenecker against Ruffin. Brings it to the right. Bounce pass. Ooh, Bennett almost got to steal. Nick Grant takes it inside against O'Brien, who blocks it. And a jump ball is called by
jump ball,
Morris.
I think.
Steve Morris calls it a jump ball. So that does not. O'Brien is out. Zach Andrews is in for him.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to take a chance of getting Patrick hurt late in the game.
OB leaves with 9 points and 7 rebounds. Somerville looks at the bounce pass is taken away by Nick Grant. Tries to bounce it off of Ray Brown. And there's Ruffin. No look pass to Bennett. Layup missed. Rebound is tipped out. And Ruff goes and gets. And then behind the back to Calvin on a 2-on-1 break to Houston. And he's fouled by Ray Brown. 3-point play opportunity. Foul is on Brown, so a 3-point play opportunity. Here comes Jonathan Cox in. Missouri State 27-26 with 18:08 to play in Springfield. Looks like that thing's going to go down to the end. And a left-handed free throw come up here for Leonard Houston. But Johnny Mathis has 3 fouls, and that's not good for Creighton. Houston's 3-point play has bounced up, no good on the free throw, and Zach Andrews is 3-timed.
Look out.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Zach.
No look passes to Somerville. Zach wanted to be fouled, and that wouldn't have been a good deal for the Braves. 4:12 to play in the ball game, and Ruffin with the count on. High post passes to Zach Andrews. Look for the high-low. And he gets in the air and gives to Somerville for a 3-ball. Sellis missed it. And it's out of bounds. It'll go to Drake, and we'll have an official time. Yeah, let's see. Brooks, Tracy, and Tony Bennett comes out, and Stewart is back in when we come back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD. I was checking the number. Ahern just did a basket.
We could get a large bid, Dave.
I know.
We get to the finals, I think we will.
I do too.
I almost hope Creighton will win, because that would drop Missouri State down with us.
Yeah. Finally under the 4-minute mark here. Bradley 78, Drake 55. Braves are still over 60% for the game, 61. Rebounds by 14, 34-20. Turnovers 24 and 21, Coach.
Yeah, and we're 10 out of 20 in the second half shooting, Dave. We're not shooting bad, just not on the par when you shoot 68% the first half.
O'Brien with 3 blocks tonight, and OB now has 134 for his career. He's 20 behind Bayo Akinkule and 46 behind Donald Powell for the all-time lead. And Somerville, with his 26 tonight, is only 11 behind Al Smith for 16th on the all-time list.
He's quite a player, too.
Al's one of the all-time greats.
Yes, he really is. He can do it all. Great passer, strong. He and Laverne Tart, left-handed players, quite a little alike. Just strong, mean, tough.
Laverne, you wouldn't want to mess with him, Coach, and he had a successful career in the ABA.
Yes, he did. He won the All-Star team. And, of course, Al led the ABA in assists one year as well.
At the end of this game, we'll be going downstairs because the seniors will talk to the crowd as they usually do, and we will have that. We have our mic downstairs, as Mike Sable has left to go down and make sure he has that taken care of. 78-55, and here come the Bulldogs. And the Braves have gone to a zone, it looks like.
Yeah.
A 1-2-2. Tracy with it.
Ray Brown on the point.
Now Stewart directing traffic as he's back in with Tracy, who can't wait to launch a 3 and does from straight away. Sean Tracy cuts the lead to 20. 78-58. Somerville in the backcourt. Give to Will Franklin with 3.5 to play. Franklin across the timeline in just enough time. Jumps the pass to Ruffin. Now Somerville. Stops free throw line extended to the left. Give to Ruff. The Braves are using a little clock here with 3:20 to play. Give it to Zach Andrews. Ray Brown. Nice entry pass. Ruffin to Somerville for the score.
Another assist for Daniel. Another basket for Marcellus.
He's got 28, matches his career high. He needs 2 more for 30. Driving in the lane is Sean Tracy.
Nope.
Ray Brown comes down hard on his back as he got in the air, left his feet defensively.
He was quite a ways in the air.
I think he's going to be okay. Did not hit his head. Heemskirk will come in. That's why you want to stay down on the floor, Coach. He ball faked him, and he came up and came down pretty hard. Now he's going to take a standing 8 count and go to the bench, and Jeremy Crouch will come in. JC's saying, foul me, foul me.
Dave, Brent Heemskirk tonight is 4 out of 6 from the field. One of those are 3. He had 3 assists, a block, and 2 steals in 23 minutes. He's playing real well. I think he's going to be a good player for Drake.
Free throw for Sean Tracy with 2:59 to play. First of 2 is good. So Drake's going to get to 60. They had 20 at the half.
Well, speeded up tempo of the game and more fouls and more free throw line, just more wide open play, Dave.
Second one, Tracy, that's good. 80-60, Somerville to inbound, give to Crouch. Jeremy, his jump passes to Will Franklin, so Ruffin across the timeline. Get it to Sellis so he can get 30. Ruff with it. Get a ball screen from Zach Andrews, cross-court pass, JC, 4-3, corner left is in and out. Andrews, the offensive board, put back up and bounce it, no good.
Oh, and that was halfway down. Both of them.
Stewart to rebound on the outlet pass. His layup is good.
That's a pretty nice drive. He's got some quickness.
Danny Adams comes in for Somerville, who will leave. I think Jim wants to get Sellis 30 points, actually, because as Drake calls timeout, Adams was going to come into the game, and Jim called him back. I think he wants to get Somerville his career-high 30 points, I think. 2:30 to play, 80-62. As Drake
Jim,
uses a timeout.
No, we're 18-point lead, and it's not indicative of the way the game was played, Dave. We're 30 ahead at one time, and just played exceptional. And here late, Drake had showed some quickness, and some flashes, but we haven't just maintained the type of defense we were playing in the first 25 minutes of this ball game.
Well, it's almost impossible to do that.
Well,
kind of
but the tempo of the game has changed too much. They've scored 42 points here now, and since halftime.
Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois. The Braves will play at 2:30 in St. Louis in the 4-5 game on Friday afternoon. Wichita will be the 1 seed. The play-in games on Thursday. Game 1 will be Evansville and Illinois State. Game 2 will be Drake and Indiana State. Wichita play the Drake-Indiana State winner. Looks like the Salukis will finish second.
So that means if Bradley wins the first game, Dave, they hit Wichita second, right?
Right.
It doesn't make any difference. Playing one at a time.
Got to win the first one.
Yeah.
Zach Andrews gets doubled, gives to Ruffin. Now Will Franklin. Will free throw line extended to the left, gives to Ruffin with 2:22 to play. Bradley 80, Drake 62. Bounce pass Will Franklin. Drop down pass to Somerville. Layup good. He's got the 30. And now he'll come out of the game. A new career high. 30 for 15. Inside out pass Jonathan Cox. 82-62. Heemskirk will come in. The next dead ball as well. 2 minutes to go in the game. Here's a Jonathan Cox three. Missed it. Rebound Zach Andrews. Pulls and gives to Ruffin. Now to Jeremy Crouch. Now to Will Franklin, who holds it up. Boy, he has got a head on his shoulders. With it is Crouch. Somerville with it. In the corner on the right. Get a ball screen from Zach Andrews. The ball's pinballed away and taken away by Heemskirk. Here's Stewart at the other end. He's fouled by Ruffin with 1:39 to play. Third foul on Ruff. And after the first free throw, Danny Adams will come in, and so will Brandon Heemskirk. And here goes Stewart to the line. Stewart spins the ball and fires it in and out. Andrews comes out. Heemskirk is in. And Danny Adams. Nobody yet. Well, why isn't he coming in now? He's supposed to come in now.
Jimmy wants to give him one more offensive sequence, maybe, Dave.
Well, if he reports, doesn't he have to come in?
Well, he's pointing.
He does not. All right. Watson's got that one down cold. Stewart's one more. That's up. That's rimming no good. And a rebound taken down by Nick Grant, who drives against Crouch. And then a pull-up jumper for three by Stewart. No good. Put back is good by A.J. Calvin. 82-64. Crouch in the back court. Somerville is doubled. Gives to Crouch. Got three to make it up and does. Give to Will Franklin. Free throw line extended left with 1:13 to go. Somerville is doubled. Gives to Crouch. JC is bumped and fouled. And now Jeremy will go to the line for one and bonus. And now Danny Adams comes in. Marcellus Somerville. And gets a standing ovation after a career-high 30 in his senior night game. Well, he does good on his nights. Bobblehead night.
He's had a lot of nights, though, Dave.
He gives a big hug to his high school coach, Chuck Fisher, Lennox Forster. Oh, one more substitution for the Bulldogs. Chris Bryant's going to come in. Fans still applauding Marcellus Somerville. It's when a Peorian, one of your own, performs as he has, and especially here tonight, that's special. And they're still applauding. Free throw Crouch is good. Jeremy's got four. With 1:06 to go, 83-64. Now everybody sits down. One more for Crouch. Again, we'll have the senior ceremony, or them talking, I'm sure, here in a few minutes. 84-64 as Crouch makes a pair. With 1:01 to play. Well, they got somebody here we're not sure. Jacob Brian Brunch, who hasn't played a bunch. With it is Houston, who stopped by Heemskirk, and a short layup is up good by A.J. Calvin. 84-66. And Brian Lavin is going to try to get into the game if there's a stoppage in play.
There probably will be the way it's going.
And with it is Franklin on the dribble. Crouch with it. Jim might call time just to get him in the game. 33-32 seconds. Crouch near the timeline. Jumps the pass now to Ruffin with 27-26. I'm afraid Brian not going to get in. 23-22.
I think it'd be a foul,
Ruffin with
yeah.
it with 8-7 on the shot clock. Jeremy Crouch layup up good. With 15 seconds, the clock was not stopped. Why should they? 86-66. Here's a jumper fired left-hander is up by Bryant, no good. Heemskirk the rebound with 6. Now with 5, Ruffin with 4. Bryant didn't get in the game, but the Braves did. 86-66, finished the regular season with a mark of 18-9 and dominate the Drake Bulldogs here tonight. Bradley will play in the 4-5 game on Friday afternoon in St. Louis against either Creighton or Missouri State. And we're going to hang on here for a little bit before we have the Central Illinois Bank postgame show. And we'll see if the seniors do speak. I would imagine that they will.
Yeah, they generally have.
Well, they're going to the locker room, Coach, so maybe they won't this year. Now they are. Because Jim Les is out there with Somerville and with Tony Bennett. And now we'll send it down to Paul Herzog on the floor. Paul needs to turn on his mic. And Josh Simon going to be the messenger of the PA before we go downstairs. And now Jim Les will speak.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to introduce the seniors, but first of all, I want to thank you for your tremendous support. We hope to see you next week in St. Louis. We're going there on a mission. First from Metamora, Danny Adams.
Daniel, come back.
You know, I've always had a dream to play Division I basketball. And 4 years ago, my fate was kind of up in the air with my injury. So I learned through the grace of God that all things are possible, so I got to put it up to Him first. Then I would like to thank my family, my biggest supporters, always being there through the good times and the bad. The coaching staff, Coach Les, coming in with him, been with him for the past 4 years. My teammates, always being there for me, you know, when we have to get up and run. And last but not least, you guys, the fans. You guys are the best. I couldn't ask for anything more. You guys welcomed me with open arms the past 4 years, and you guys never stopped supporting. I appreciate everything you guys have ever done. And come support us in St. Louis, because we're going to make a run for this. Thank you. We're going to make
Big B.
That's great. His parents appreciate that.
Like DA said, first of all, I'd just like to thank God for this opportunity. I couldn't have done it without His presence, without His grace every day, and without His strength. Second of all, I'd like to thank my family. They've always been there with me, encouraging me, talking on the phone, praying. I just really appreciate it. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Also, the coaching staff. I'm really grateful to Coach Molinari for giving me the opportunity to come here to Bradley, and I'm also really grateful that I could play for Coach Les and the staff we have here, because Coach Les is an excellent coach, and I think Bradley has a bright future ahead. Also, I'd just like to thank all the teammates that I could play with throughout the years. We got a great group of guys here currently, and I think we can still make a great run in the postseason. And last but not least, I'd like to thank all of you guys. You guys have been great. I've battled a lot of adversity throughout my career, but from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all the support, all the love that you guys have given me. and we just want to keep this thing rolling as long as possible. So thanks again.
This ought to be good. Lawrence Wright, you never know what he's going to do. He might dance.
I would like to thank all the fans and all my teammates and especially my coaches. I think that my coaches made this time for me here probably the best 2 years of my life. I wish I would have been here longer, but and I just think I just think that just coming here is probably the best decision out of all the other places I chose, just because of all the fans. They just make you feel at home every time you step on the court, or even when I'm out on the town at the mall or anything. They always are just so polite and nice to me. And I hope to see a lot of the fans that are here tonight down there next week when we're playing in a tournament supporting us. Thank you very much.
He's got a big smile on his face. And all right, sing to me, Tony. He's going to eat this up. He'll
handle it well.
He will.
First, I want to start off by thanking the special lady that was helping me the whole time I was here at Bradley. I wouldn't be a senior without Debbie Fisher up here. Could you raise your hand, Debbie? Debbie? And I want to thank my mom. She's been my biggest supporter up here. She got all the pink on. I want to thank her. and I want to thank my teammates because they stuck with me throughout the struggles and everything that was going bad with us last year and this year. And they just been tremendous on and off the court, and I love them to death. I wouldn't trade these group of guys for nobody.
Tony won a state championship on this floor.
And I'm glad Coach Bishop called me 24/7 when I was in junior college. That was a good thing because I was kind of leaning somewhere else. But I want to thank the coaching staff, Coach Les, Coach Bishop, Coach Vo, Coach Forrester. I want to thank everybody, Ms. Lindog back here, everybody that's been supporting me since I've been here. And last but not least, man, we got the greatest fans in America. Y'all are great. And we love y'all to death.
And now Marcellus Somerville, husband, father, and tonight a career-high 30 points on his senior night.
First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior for letting me be able to play on this basketball court and be able to live my life. Secondly, I want to thank my wife, Brooke Somerville. I know many of you have seen us on TV and things like that, but everything she says is true. She's been with me for years, and she's been my right hand. That's why I walked out with her on my right shoulder, and I really want to thank her for doing all she's done and dealing with a lot of sacrifice with me being in school and playing ball for Coach Les and everything. So I just want to thank her. Secondly, I want to thank my immediate family for being there, supporting me, coming back home, and everything. So I want to thank my father, my mom, my whole entire family, my stepmother, for being there. And then last but not last, but I want to thank my teammates, for being there, believing in me, and believing in this team and believing what we set out to do. We still got some unfinished business, but I feel like we're starting to come along and really believe in each other. And I want to thank the coaching staff, my man, Coach Les. I was his first recruit, and he believed in me. He still does. And we had a few tough times this year, not on the court, but But I just want to thank him for helping me through life, teaching me about everything. And my other main man, Coach Bisher, Big Bisher, he's been there a lot throughout my career, and just helping me, along with life and goals and everything. And Coach Forrester for being there, being my goofball, my main man. Coach Little Bisher for being there, with me, sitting me down, giving me talks, pep talks. Coach Vogt for dubbing tape for me, being there, helping me work on my game and everything. So I just want to thank those guys, and I want to thank all of you, every last one of y'all, from the bottom of my heart. For opening your arms when I came back home. I really appreciate that. It's no greater feeling than walking around town and you guys just being there, saying, hey, Sellis, or just waving. I really appreciate that. I really do. So I just wanted to say thank you for everything, and I love you all. Thank you.
That's not easy to do, Coach Stoll, and they all did a marvelous job to get out in front of all these people and so much emotion.
Well, and then you think about Marcellus, he went to Iowa and didn't have too good experience there, and then went to junior college and come back here, and it's certainly to his credit, Dave. And to the coaching staff and the players, they really did themselves proud.
The 5 Bradley seniors being honored surrounded the center circle and gave a kiss on the floor. Well, we hope we don't have to play another game here. And if tonight was any indicator, they've got some good things ahead. But they've got
they're giving themselves a chance, Dave. Probably 3 weeks ago you wouldn't give them a chance at all to shot the NCAA, and we've definitely got a chance. Not just if we win it down there. I think we win one, maybe 2 games. I think we'll have a good chance of getting a bid. And I think we're deserving of it.
18-9 for the regular season.